and does it very well.
Burn. Going the wrong way, Ray Burn. Heath. Short pass by Heath. Keogh at half forward. Trevor Keogh's kick in the direction of Walls, and McConville from the back. What a good mark.
Robert Walls.
Sheedy gets it out to Rains. Rains clears to the centre of the ground. Einsadel marks in front of Pennell. Clever play on football. Monteith. Dixon. Wide open for Richmond. Edwards at the back. Southby in front. Off hands. A clever punch upfield by Cloak. A chance. Barnes handball back to Edwards. And he kicks goal number 7.
There's oh, great pickup by Montgomery. Well done. Glendenning. Hand pass. Oh, thought about it and decided not to. Fourth mark. Oh, a prodigious kick. A real boomer. Oh, it's a goal.
Footscray get them out of trouble. It was Foreman. Schimmelbusch, clever play, taps it down to a big play, then calls for it again. Good play, Schimmelbusch, you're a star. Up towards Blight, he didn't let him down, and Blight within kicking distance, and Malcolm's booted 2 goals for his team so far. North Melbourne at the moment, 14-7, 91, 30 points in front of Footscray. Blight about to have his 12th kick. Great player. Swinging around, and it could be a goal. It is. Cuts down from Brightus. Malcolm Blight waiting for it comfortably with great ease, just moves himself around the pack. No one able to mark it. John Burns for North Melbourne spilling too many. Casson runs into great position. Good play, North. If he goals, it's a beauty. He does.
Across to Jennings, who hasn't had the best of days. Out to Wheeler. Now there's Schimmelbusch testing him every inch of the way. Whitten. He can run a mile here. Templeton leads. It's a daisy cut off. Perfection pass by Whitten. Nolan coming on, replacing Keenan as Brightus kicks towards Glendenning. Behind is Casson. Oh, look at that fight by Casson to pick it up and bang it through for a goal.
Gary Dempsey, wonderful singular effort today. Malcolm Blight takes a knock away from Foreman, and Blight puts it straight back to McCann. Dunson tried to knock it away from him. Casson goes over, really bowled over, holds his head, gets up, gets a call from John Burns. Very handy on the forward line. He had to kick it quickly. There it goes. Might be a goal.
Yep. Yes, and McCann gets North Melbourne moving forward.
Beautiful pass, quickly down to John Byrne. Threw it out in front of him so he gets a second chance to get it. Cleverly worked his way around. Great player, John Byrne. I like his style. Glendenning.
We can't quite pick the player up there, but he gets the short kick in. He finds Danaher. Danaher in turn finds Hurd. Hurd to Robbins. Robbins will get it back there to Danaher. Drops it in short and finds Davis. Davis across to Watson. This is good play. In short, looking for Close, and Close is marked right in the centre of the ground. Strong mark there to Dean. He gets the hand pass across to Evans. He goes for a bounce on this treacherous turf and loses it. That shows a lot of determination to come back, but his kick's not a good one. Coming out strongly there is Zantuck. Zantuck puts it wide. He'll find Hounsell. Hounsell spills it, but he'll go one way, then the other. Does it nicely to get around the opponent. Threads the hand pass across to Dempster on the half-forward line. Coming in is Robbins. He puts it up in the direction of Round. Nobody can get it. Very negative football. Round picks it up, screws it over his shoulders and going through. Yes! Round coming through his folds, but backing him up nicely is Andrews once again. Chips one in, looking there for Davis. Davis takes off, drives it up into the forward line, and a good mark. A good mark there to Primmer. Perhaps one of the smallest players on the field. Robin Close. One of Essendon's more experienced players. So he comes in, kicks for goal, it's dropping short. Up goes Danaher, and Danaher's marked. Scarlett now. Decides to go for one of his characteristic runs, draws an opponent, gets it across to Woodman. Woodman across to Bryce. This is good football, South Melbourne from defence. Puts it wide to half forward, and a good mark there to Dean. Dean immediately gets it across to McLeish. McLeish now up into the full forward area. Dempster and also Merritt. Nobody can pick it up. Coming through there is Young. Threads the hand pass to Browning. Browning will shoot. And it's a goal. Marsh, who's had a good game for Essendon on the wing, is going to drive them into attack. He's had 10 kicks, as a matter of fact. There's the ball, dropping short. The pack fly, and a great mark. A great mark there to Terry Danaher. By gee, he certainly hit.
Did well to get boot to ball. High one to the centre of the ground. Oh, that's a fine mark. Harms breaks away, straightens up. Long kick by Harms. Nobody back there for Carlton. It could make the distance. I think it has. From the centre of the ground, Harms.
Oh, it's on here. It's been brewing. It brewed in the second quarter. It's like a stick of gelignite, and now it's been fused, lit, and it's gone on.
Well, you said Dempsey whacked Melrose, and Keenan whacked Dempsey, and they're maybe taking Keenan off the ground, or at least taking him away from that problem. And Melrose, a very sick boy. He's coming off.
The advantage free kick is being paid to North Melbourne. Some cans on the ground. Oh, he's out to it. Oh, he's got a nasty one. The advantage kick to North Melbourne about 20 metres out. There's Graham Melrose. I fancy hurtling cans at a player being carted off the ground. I've never seen anything so disgusting in my life. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself, Footscray supporters, for doing that.
Nobody can mark. Robbins, the free kick. Stephen Robbins, the only player going into that pack and getting the ball, but then he was grabbed. We're not in possession. Collingwood defence under a lot of pressure now. Out comes Madden. Great mark to Simon Madden. Kick out Jones. Can't mark. Manasseh. Across there to Atkinson in the forward pocket. Wait on it. It's a good kick. It's through. Thompson does it well. Sharking well is Watson, who's going to have a shot for goal. He drives it goal. We'll wait on it. It's through. Long kick into the centre. Foles is waiting for it. Andrews on the ground, scouting. Comes to Davis. Davis chips it in, looking for Fletcher. Fletcher's got a fit of the fumbles. He's brought down without the ball. Play on, says the umpire. Jones picks it up, drives it towards the goals. Madden can't mark. Close goes in when the ball's nowhere near his opponent. There's a Donnybrook on in front of the goals. The ball's nowhere near that pack of players. You can see the ball on the left-hand side of your screen. Madden having a few words to say. Close is in there. Picken doesn't like that either, and he's having a few words with Close. In fact, he threw him to the ground. Max Richardson, number 12 for Collingwood, trying to restore order. And umpire Neville Nash will no doubt bounce the ball right in front of Essendon's goal. No, he's given the free kick to Madden, or the earlier mark. Madden in the left forward pocket, kicks, and it's through. And he finds Stewart. Been a very quiet player, but he has done a couple of good things during this match. There's Stewart's kick, dropping short, centre forward kick. Kink wide of centre half forward, going back and will no doubt have a shot. It's already kicked one goal. We'll have another go. The slight breeze behind him, and look at the kick. Magnificent, right through the middle. And there's the answering goal in this turn by to kick off for Essendon, putting it wide, looking for Robert, and over the back, nicely done Magro. Magro in short, Carman by himself. Kyle comes in. Carman can't mark. Recovers well. Goes one way. Threads it across to Shaw. Here's a chance for Collingwood. Shaw shoots for goal. And it's through.
Right now, I'd like to call on the wife of the president of North Melbourne Football Club, Mrs. Jill Hollyoake, to perform the duties of unfurling the 1977 Premiership flag.
Dropped that one. That was bad news. Stonehouse to Greg, the wrong player. Greg sees Casson looming up. There's no one to carry off him. He's 30 metres out. And he's goal.
Grabs Blight. Free kick paid, but the advantage of letting him play on. Brighter's got a bit of a nudge in the back. Here's McCann. He's deep on the half-forward line. Lines up the ball. They're screwing back. It could be a goal. It's just in. It is a great goal. But, yes, plenty from Byrne. Looking for Blight. Mark not paid. Waitman across to Wood. Woodside steps nicely, gets balance across to Dixon. He lines up at centre half forward, and it's in. Or it's a touch by Frank Gamble, and it's a goal.
Richmond's forwards are struggling. They're missing Cloak, or the drive from Cloak, and also Edwards. Only one player's kicked the goal out of those two so far, and it's Cloak. Henshaw with a beautiful pass to Brightus. Took it in front of his mouth. Goes for gallop down the members' wing, doing it easily. Sheedy's too slow for him. There goes the handball, quickly across to Jarrett. Fumbled badly. Could be a free kick here either way for McCann.
Montgomery. Greg nicely out for Henshaw. Elves. Long kick, looking for Glendinning again. Jenkinson behind. Leach across the face of the pack, does it well. Boys brought to the ground, a real rugby tackle that. Picked up by Casson, races into an open goal, picks away, and he's brilliant. North Melbourne's 8th goal.
Jennings there. And now Abbey. Great handball by Abbey. Scanlon, the former North Melbourne player, lines up for goals. And has kicked a goal. Good performance by Hawkins in the first quarter. At the back, Templeton, but a good mark by Breen.
Outfielder goes into the front with Saru. Nice play this time by Bromberg. Bromberg, a very long kick out to centre wing. Tweedsdale above Rue. Tweeddale, a good mark. Very good mark by Russell Tweeddale. Down looking for Hunt. Dunstan with him. Hunt beats him. Wonderful anticipation by Hunt. Great judgment. A long one downfield. George Young was recruited from the Ballarat area, which has been a rich recruiting ground for the Saints of recent years. Hunt in front of... Oh, great play, Hunt. Could have been awarded that one. Out wide it goes where Jelly's in front and gets a beautiful bounce. Jelly on half-forward flank. Down towards George Young and Smets. Behind is Young. Shoots for goal and puts it through.
And now Jennings for Footscray. Oh, dreadful handball. Lucky for Morrison. Goalwards in the goal square. And a good mark has been taken by Templeton again. Reed's kick to centre half forward. Breen in front. Good mark. Plays on strongly. To half forward. Great pass to Barker. Cleverly played by Trevor Barker. Dittrich in field. Hunt. Over the top to Dittrich. Runs into a dead end and Wheeler. The handball to Young. Young has kicked 5. Going the wrong way to Bond. And Bond lines up and misses a certainty. O'Keefe to the centre of the ground. Green, leading kick winner on the ground. Russell Green. Saru. Oh, it's Perovic. To half forward, Hunt and Barker. Hunt! 12th mark to Rex Hunt. Kicks for goal. The breeze brings it back. Oh, hits the post. Hit the post.
Killed it.
Built the mark and ran into a solid bump. Well trapped by Jelly, the new player. To Dittrich. Dittrich looks for Young. And Hunt. George Young!
Smets, who kicked it downfield, straight down and goes to Russell Green, and Green will boot the Saints back into attack again. A very good player has Green been, a long kick for goal. It's very close, it's through!
3 matches.
Schimmelbusch roving to him beautifully. Centres. Blight behind this time. Judged the flight of the ball far better than the other 3 players in the pack and took a nice fingertip mark, 35 metres directly in front of goal. Malcolm Blight, the mercurial. And it's through. Alter. Cowton for North. All day to do it and nowhere to go. John Byrne back to Cowton. Cowton looking for Montgomery. Montgomery looking for Gregg. Casson the lead, but he comes back in centre. And a very push behind the play, and Malcolm Blight will take the free kick.
Here's Gregg coming into it. Rollings chasing him. Oh, beautiful pass finds Jarrett, half-forward flank outer side. Jarrett, no leads forthcoming. He's going to put it high. Brightus, Glendenning. McCann. And the mark has been played, as Doug told you, to McCann.
Plays on. Nowhere to go to Blight. DeWald in there. Darryl Schimmelbusch. John Byrne. John Casson. Hands going up like a forest. Casson straight for goal. And it swung in and made it. His third.
Rollings didn't know where it was. This will let Melrose in. He's well shepherded by Cowton. Melrose has plenty of time to look for Casson. Polkinghorne. Tuck. Nobody can pick it up. Rollings. Oh, Casson through solidly. It's tough and it's rough.
And Henry marks at the second attempt. He's got Goss calling for it, and Goss, Gregg's coming back to contest with Goss. He does. The fist goes to Martello. Martello unloads the long one. There's Walter and Sutton. Walter from behind goes to Moncrief. Moncrief hooks towards goal and bangs it through. What a goal! That's his second such freak goal today, and his third for the match.
Wallace has had the better of him. That's Burns' fifth kick. Into the centre, looking for Blight, finds him. Blight wastes no time, puts it wide, looking for Casson. Casson too much pace, but coming through was DeWald. Darryl Schimmelbusch, and it's Casson. Now to Darryl Schimmelbusch. What can he do with it? Threads the hand pass there to McCann. McCann to Brightus. Brightus can run in and shoot for goal, and he gets it. Magnificent play, North Melbourne. That's Brightus's third goal.
Tackled, slips. Hunt with him all the way. Edwards could be penalised for holding. The umpire says too high is the tackle, and the free goes to Alan Edwards.
It's a pretty good game for St Kilda. This is his third match since coming down this season. Jelly in the goal square. And at the back side bottom of freak mark. He looked to have little or no chance of taking that mark, and after Jess pushes him to the turf, that will bring side bottom around virtually in front. Rain centres the ball. Good football. Mark taken by Tempany. Edwards. Well tackled by Mildenhall. And now Elliott. And the mark taken upfield. Dittrich, a long kick for goal. A great kick for goal by Dittrich. What a goal.
Oh, picked up by Colling. Colling hand pass out to centre half back. Here's a chance for Saru. Back it goes to Robert Elliott. Elliott, a perfect pass out to Green. Green downfield looking for Barker. Over Barker's head. Taken there to full forward. George Young in possession. Tries a right foot, and it's a good one. And a hand pass to Dittrich. Carl rams it through. From Rexham was the hand pass. And that was great football, St Kilda. Oh, a dangerous hand pass, Jeff Saru. Intercepted by Einsadell. Downfield it goes, and Kevin Bartlett, good mark. Plays on. In trouble, he'll be tackled by Fromberg. Bartlett downfield. Collins the leaper. Behind the pack, the chances there for Richmond's Monteith. Screws it through. He's a dead-eye, Dick, is Bruce Monteith. Yes, he was a little fortunate because he was certainly caught, but ridden into the ground, out to Saru. Saru, a very long kick. Dittrich and Jess. Dittrich almost won it. Chance now for it hitting off the ground by Jenkinson. Oh, that was vicious football that time. And Jenkinson is down. Well, Robert Muir, the impetuous one, and that was really a flying, crunching tackle.
Punched away. Down to Wilson. Boyd again. Not quite. Alexander. Out to Padley. Through Linton, that was. Padley lines up. Here was Craig, the ball swinging back in. Oh, it's close. He's put it through.
Fletcher in towards centre half forward. Marsh. Little spurt there, ran right into that ball in flight. Oh, poor piece of kicking. Robbins is a clever ground player. Weaves through that pack. Up towards Madden. Oh, he buried it right in his chest. back towards Carl. Alexander gets it. Gets rid of it well for a big fellow. His experience is showing. Marsh is burning on this wing, having a good battle there with Clinton. Down towards Madden. He might take another big grab here.
He's a fair way out. Beecroft in the goal square. Wilson dropping back for the crumbs. He's right in front, 65 metres out from goal. The former South Melbourne player has a long shot. It's going to be touch and go. Off the hands, still off the hands. Someone's popped it through. It looks like it's McMahon.
65 to 72. Fitzroy in front. Not much football in this. It's just a dour struggle. There's a goal. That is two. Terry Carr, number 20.
Talk.
Tough football. Di Domenico off the ground. Coming through, Schimmelbusch, who had a quiet match last week. Just short of the 4 foot. Oh, magnificent mark, Malcolm Bright.
Well, they're taking the free kick on the outer wing. Beauty. Robin places Steve Torber there for Essendon. Carter's there for Fitzroy together with Harvey Merrigan. Taken away quickly.
Carl.
It's a goal. Well, it's a point. Yes, it is a goal.
Highlights of the 3 matches that we haven't seen already, and what highlights they are. And this is really Australian football at its best.
And not good enough, Renee. Out to Moore, the 2 Moores battling there. 15 is Kelvin. He wins out. Di Domenico, a short kick towards Goss. Wheels around, back to Tuck with a hand pass. Through centre half forward he goes. Hendry. It's not Hendry, it's Rolling. I think it was, who lined up deep on the half forward line and put it through for a behind.
Free kick to Peter Banane for Hawthorn, and he may just about kick it from here if he tries. No, he's going straight across towards the pocket. Scott, or knocked off balance as he flew for it. Rawlings flashes into play, quickly across to Ablett. It's a goal.
Di Domenico, number 9. Kink doubles back, he's cornered. Gets out of trouble beautifully. Looking for Manasseh. And he's found him. There could have been a certain goal given away then by that silly free kick to Waldy. Loose man here, Manane. He's got a hectare to play in. Pickens left his man to come up and meet him, which leaves an extra Hawthorn man down there. Perry. This is desperate stuff. O'Halloran does it well, and Hawthorn lucky to get out of that. To Waldy. Hand pass. Di Domenico, and away Hawthorn go.
Across the centre now into the half-forward line. Hendry, Thompson there, good mark, Thompson. No play on, fair enough, that's a call. Rawlings lines it up, there's a man in the goal square. It's Richard Walter with no one near him. On Norm Goss, who's had a poor day today. Hawthorn Rovers, in fact, haven't picked up their fair share of kicks, where Collingwood Rovers certainly have. Inshaw and Wearmouth. Stewart for Collingwood missed it. This is spinning out of it. Carmen's been on fire today. Runs into an open goal. And kicks truly. With a gaggle of players in the goal square, including Don Scott. It's floating in towards or past the goal square. Thompson was there, so too was Perry, and Perry's marked it. A great mark to Perry.
Leap above Breen, that he almost held it. Breen, long kick out wide, looking for Saru. Saru in perfect position. Montgomery, well done. Montgomery's on half-forward flank, boots it down. Johnny Byrne.
Fairly willing out there. Young and Barker drift down towards the goal square. Keenan in front. George, out!
Gains about 10 metres and then looks for Keenan, who's in perfect front position. Blight's the leaper, and Blight was the marker. Keenan and side bottom having a wonderful contest. Side bottom long arms, even Stephen again. Off goes Green. Green being a good player. Downfield, Ick and his opponent Young. I'd pay it to Ick and I'd pay the free kick to Ick as well. I'd pay them both. Gary side bottom, half-back flank. Gregg and Barker. Oh, behind. A beautiful mark that time by Booth. Well, Gregg and Barker look to be in position, but Booth, a very good mark. Here's Rex Hunt and Carl Goodrich. Lost it to Jarrett, overran it, picked up there by Jelly. Jelly, great hand pass to O'Keefe. He will have a shot for goal and puts it through. Well,
But Sidebottom takes the mark, his 10th. Kick to centre half forward, Jelly unmarked. Fancy a rover mark. Green. Hunt is unmarked, the short passes to Rex Hunt. Well, this does give St Kilda a chance.
Doing it by himself under no pressure, looking for Fitzpatrick and Watson. Watson does it nicely, but scouting well is Whitnell. He was tripped. Free kick to Whitnell. Between the wing and the centre. Gets the hand pass to Fitzpatrick. He's got Harms running past, but he was covered. Up into the full forward area, Jones, Crow. Folds is there. Nicely played Crow, but who's he handballed it to? He was looking for Andrews, who took his eye off the ball. McConville has the chance to shoot for goal. Magnificent goal, Peter McConville.
Madden to intercept. Still Madden, showing great agility. Primmer loses control of it, gets back to Madden. And Burdett, a beautiful mark, a proper mark.
Fitzpatrick on his hammer, puts it wide, looking for Burdett. Couldn't quite make it, Southby. Both full over. Burdett, the better recovery. Can drop it into Jones. Over his head, will it bounce in? It is! Goal, Jeff Burdett, that's his 5th. Peter Jones and Simon Madden. Madden, second grab to Fletcher. Into Jones, rebounds to Primmer. To Marsh. Round the member side wing, looking further afield, we'll find Jones, and Jones marks. Immediately plays on. The long hand pass to shoulder to Carl. Clever football, Essendon. Nobody home. It'll be a race. Andrews and Gould. Andrews could get it across to Burnett, but elected to play the field, and it's going to come unstuck as Boone picks it up, puts it wide on the member's flank.
The centre of the ground. Well, a very pathetic effort by Jones allowed Sheldon to go in there. There's Andrews. Andrews much hand it back. He does so. Oh, it's a shocking kick. That is Primmer. He'll go a goal, but only lucky. It's third.
Well, if you think some of those marks are pretty good, we've to take the mark of the year. He took a screamer, but he was beaten by Brian Wood. Well, the new role up forward hasn't affected Barker's leap. St Kilda trailing by 22 points at the start of the final term. Bromberg's kick to half-back. Barker from the back. Oh! What a beauty!
Look at John.
The match is in round. A great kick from the pocket. Ross Glendinning with a great kick from the pocket. And also have a look for a vocal Hawthorn skipper Don Scott with the umpire John Sutcliffe.
And there's a free kick as Ick had taken the mark. It's to go to Baker.
Quick handball to Henshaw. Unmarked as Byrne at half-back. Sidebottom trying to close the gap, but Byrne with a good break. Good pass to centre wing and Schimmelbusch unmarked. Brightus breaks away at half-forward. That's Arnold Brightus. Glendinning breaks away as well. What a great chain of football by North Melbourne. Shot for goal by Glendinning is pretty close. It's a great goal by North Melbourne.
Well, he's a hell of a nice bloke to talk to.
Yeah.
Scotty. What's Carmen do? Who's Carmen pointing this figure at? Combo's gone full forward. Two centre half forward.
Yeah.
It's my turn. Look at Scotty on it.
Yeah.
Roll the tape. We might get a bit of this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit late now. Yeah.
He's going to run straight in.
Yeah. Third quarter here at Victoria Park with Collingwood leading.
See how he goes for pace. Cunningham beats him this time. That's good handball. Perovic really puts his foot on it. At the moment, drives it down towards full forward. Duperou's in front of the pack. Knocked down by Malaki. Running through his jelly to Hunt. Onto his boot. Screws it through. 1 goal. Blind G's having a torrid time.
Out wide. Landy's out there. So is Turner. Cunningham. Taken away by Jeffries with a hand pass. He comes back to it again. And he's beautifully caught by Tweedale. Should have been a free kick. Maybe the advantage paid. On to Duperou's. In towards Hunt. No, it's too far for him. Young outnuts Malaki yet again. Doesn't seem to be all that concerned by it, but still, he would have to be. Young has kicked 3 straight. And it's 4 straight. Not a bad game here.
Funny kick though. The scoop out to Perovic. Another 6'4" player who can run just about even time. The kick back, it bounced for Higgins. Clever player Higgins, but all good pick up by Jelly, but caught. Quickly across to Booth, who's been quiet. Down to Hunt, who's kicked 1 in this quarter. Shepherd for Duperou's. That was good play. Duperou's knew where the goals were and pops away. What a beautiful mark! Oh, Joes, he's put on a classic display this afternoon as George Young. He's kicked 4 goals, kicked the total of St Kilda's goals for the first quarter, which was 3. Kicked 1 a moment ago, and now coming up to kick goal number 5, and I reckon he can do it. Terrific stuff, George Young. And St Kilda have hit the front.
Collingwood by 1 point with Moore. He's been in the ruck, gets the tap down, looking for Wearmouth, but gets it on the second bounce to Oborne. Puts it wide, looking for Shaw. He can give it across to Manasseh. Manasseh from centre half forward, using his strength, shoots for goal, and he's dobbed it. Up and under, looking for Ick, but over the back was Shaw to mark over the big fellows. The hand pass, a bad one to Max Richardson, comes unstuck. It's Bridus who's been quiet. He can give it across to Johnny Burns. Burns has it on the half forward flank. He's got time to come around. He can drop it into Casson, but elects to kick it long into the goal square, but it's offline. Is it a goal? Well, what a magnificent goal to Burns. To Moore. Moore, now to Wearmouth. To Ireland. Ireland through the centre, can have a bounce. McCann coming at him. He's still going. Brilliantly done through the pack, but the kick's not good. Glendenning, well done in defence.
Oh, nicely taken in the middle of the square, in the middle of the pack. Keenan gets it out. Here's Moore. Still Moore, keeps it in nicely to Kink. Kink staging for a free, gets it to Barham. Barham straightens up and shoots for goal and pops it through. Huge pack of players. Wearmouth tries to get it. Comes out, Collingwood spoil each other. Worthington to Wearmouth. Wearmouth, a beautiful hand pass to Carman. Carman should shoot for goal. He does and puts it through. Jarrett, all the way. Straight on to Burnett. Burnett in towards John Byrne. Oh, a clash to Casson. Casson on to Bridus. Bridus to straighten up and shoot for goal again. Puts it back into the goal square. It's drifting offline.
Taken by Serafini. Austin behind the pack. Oh, great mark by Norris. Goes across the half-back line. It mightn't be good there. Scott Moore doubling back the wrong way. He's fumbling. This could be trouble. Big drive. Oh, he didn't pick it up. That was pressure play. Moore keeping it in. Well, the ball went out, actually.
Beecroft right back in the goals. Good powerful kick, Kelvin Moore. Beecroft just plucked it away from Moore. Tuck. Oh, chance for Wellesley, went down like a ton of bricks. Striding through there is Carter. Good play, Carter. And a long kick puts them right to full forward. Beecroft couldn't hang on to it. Hawthorn struggling now. Dewaldi to Polkinghorne. Polkinghorne back towards the wing to Scott. Scott playing a kick behind the play to Ablett. The long handball to Rollins again. Like a hand in the glove, these two. The chippy towards Goss. He's the danger man of half forward, this Norm Goss. And he marks at consummate ease. The chip there quickly across to Matthews, who didn't run out with any great pace. Took a nonchalant mark. Peter Knight's 24. McCarthy having a turn on the ball now. Taylor. Here's Knights trying to crash his way through the pack. That was Di Domenico that had gone through his legs. Good play there by McMahon. The handball quickly to a man running in position of Wilson, who's come to life all of a sudden. Back to Leamington, given a chance to score. That's what he's done. It's a goal.
Moore. Henry's his target. Smith is there. Goss. Hodges slowing play down. He'll get 15 metres if he doesn't watch out. Ablett missed an easy one. Pate dribbles it along the ground. Carter a bad bounce. Scott. They all miss it. Hanson. Moncrief screws it back. And he's goal.
Peter Knight's playing in full back. Well, he's kicking out for the fullback anyway. And look at that kick. That's what he's there for, to kick it a mile. It's Fitzroy breaking away very quickly. McMahon. Oh, Mark. Knights.
Di Domenico's free kick. Half-back flank. Fitzroy still into attack. Alexander, magnificent. He's been absolutely superb today. He beat Scott in the first half. Scott came back in the third quarter. In towards half forward it goes. Wilson nearly. Fire away for goal. Fitzroy gets another one. Manley. That's his second goal.
Aaron Jones and Teasdale. Well underneath it, Scarlett's with it. This is a chance for Keogh. His tackle when not in possession. Picked up by Jones. A great snap for goal.
Round in front. Clean possession. Snap for goal. Oh, great football, Barry Round. He's got a break on them. Short pass to half forward is not a good pass. McConville close to the line. Still in play. Well played, Peter McConville. A shot for goal. What a beauty. High kick to half back. McLeish and Collins. Still with David McLeish. Helped by Hounsell at centre half forward. One way, then the other. Cross the half forward line is good football to David Young. Fine performance by Hounsell. Young's 10th kick. A long way from goal. 65 metres. Good kick. A fine kick by Young. What a goal.
Well, the leading goal.
Williams poised to take one and does.
It'd be interesting to know how many free kicks have been awarded to both sides today.
Williams to centre half forward. McCann at the back. Oh, beautiful mark, Stephen McCann. The best player on the ground in my book today. Trying to judge the bounce of the ball. Oh, does it beautifully too. And now he scoots away. Bit of acceleration there from Alan Atkinson. He kicked one from here a minute ago, and that's his second.
Scott's out on his feet at the moment. A good bump there by Ablett. And the handball coming back to Didier Domenico, and he crashes through the pack. The long kick straight down to Moncrief, who's having to backpedal. Two Fitzroy defenders there. Moncrief, number 6, kicks it in midair and goes. A freak goal.
Seen. And possibly the most naturally gifted. In comes David Mackay. Hand passes across. Walls then screws it back with a very good snapshot. A very good snap. It is through.
But Scott really driving himself now. Beecroft beat him. The kick in there. A shot to goal by Padley. Harry Padley was the hero.
We're at the 26 minutes mark, and Carlton need two kicks to win. Mackay and Teasdale. Straight to Harms. Snap for goal by Harms. Is a goal! Wow!
Some pretty good goals there. Well, that's all we have for you this week. We hope you'll be back again with us next week. We leave you with our choice of the goal of the day, and it's Alan Atkinson from Collingwood. Have a look in the closing titles for the clash between John Byrne and Andy Ireland going for the ball.
Well, does it beautifully too. And now he scoots away. Bit of acceleration there from Alan Atkinson. He kicked one from here a minute ago, and that's his second.
In front, punched away by Bowles. Monteith leads in the race for the ball. Props. Screws it back fair where David Cloak. A magnificent leap from behind.
Myercheck just forward of the centre. To half forward, not a good kick. Oh, but a great mark by Trimmer. Well, he was no hope to take that mark. He was metres behind Kevin Bartlett and came from nowhere. 7th kick for Wayne Trimmer. And he's kicked 4 goals. A long kick for goal. A long ball. Look at that. That is... Ken Fletcher. Short pass. Finds Trimmer. For a change, he's not lurking near goals. Great pass. Robbins. Robbins kick inside half forward, looking for Madden. Jones up on his own. It spills to Nagel. Centre half forward. Einstein. Oh, and he stole the ball by Hurd. Hurd snaps for goals and has kicked the goal. Well played, Shane Hurd.
Contestants. Jones and Baum. Baum in front as always. Taken by Trimmer. Trimmer boots the Dons into attack. Great leap.
Simon Madden. His 9th mark for the game. His kick up short of the goal square. Van der Haar's there. And also Danaher. And Danaher's taken the mark. He came from 10 metres behind that pack.
And over halfway through this term, Essendon were trailing by just under 3 goals. A magnificent effort by a very young side. Madden and Baum. Baum in front position, taken there by Van der Haar. Puts it through.
Dodges cleverly and gets the Cats out of problems, but straight to Keenan. Behind, beautiful mark, David Clark. Schimmelbusch in there to chip in for North Melbourne and barrel straight up the middle of the ground. And here's Malarkey, a mile in front of Baker. Across to Ian Nankervis, and Geelong oodles of time in defence to get themselves out of trouble. But here's Jarrett again. When killing him in the centre, Alan Jarrett, as he did last week against Collingwood when he thieved most of Thompson's hitouts. Baker. A beautiful mark.
The two big fellows, Manson in front of Nolan. Nolan trying to get front position, does it cleverly, looking for Montgomery, but coming through as Cousins. And up and under to centre half forward. Out comes Kohler, but there's Sarah. What a courageous mark. One of the smallest fellows on the field. In fact, he would be the smallest. He's wide of centre half forward. Kick it long. As he comes in now, and it is a long kick too, and it's well on its way, and it's right through the middle. Keith Gregg with the free kick, trying to get round Turner, does it nicely. High kick, looking for Baker. Malarkey's in the front, but Jack Hawkins, what a mark that was. Nolan and Blake. Nobody can get the effective knockdown. to Gregg. Melrose out of the centre, looking for Baker. Malarkey over the back. Hawkins can't control it. Brightest the chance. Can he steady and turn round and shoot for goal? He can and puts it through, but there's been a whistle on play. No, it's a goal.
Bright leads in from behind Newland. Oh, beautiful mark. And we've seen some screamers today. Burns in the air. Baker again. Casson trying to go through without the ball and finally spins out with it. But this time it's Card for Geelong. Card across in the Turner Gregg direction. The fist of Gregg. Card runs up. Oh. Gregg down and out. The result of a fair charge by Card.
Playing quite well since he came across from Hawthorn. Apple, Alexander and Thompson. Alexander in front, handed it beautifully towards Brown. Brown gets a call further downfield from Irwin, and Irwin sees a player in good position, which was Padley. Back to Irwin, he's on to the half-forward flank now. Shot for goal, an easy mark. Oh, dropped.
Fowler.
Yes, it is. Over his head with a tricky shot and a mark. It's a good mark by Beecroft.
Manasseh plays on, shrugs off the tackle out to Atkinson. He gets a favourable bounce. He'll look for Carmen as he runs around the social club side of the ground. Across to Bond. He's a speech to this boy. Into centre half forward. Kick again. Oh, he'll get the free kick. No, play on. Taken away by Fitzroy's Alexander. He's in that dead pocket. Fires for goal. It's across the face. In towards King. What a sensational mark. And a bad bounce. Thompson. Alexander punches it further on. Wayne Richardson, who's played extremely well. Kick behind. No, he's taken the mark. I thought he may give away a free kick.
Fitzroy have really blown up today. And what they had going for them in the last couple of weeks has really fallen apart. Fowler's good mark. Oh, not a good kick. Across to McMahon at centre half forward. Very cool player. As Peter says, he's a greatly improved player. Over the top to Wilson, and he'll dob it.
Serafini. How many kicks Serafini get? Well, he just handballed, so make that 9. Across to Brian Brown. 7 marks. He's played very well. So is Alexander.
To score, it's Higgins with the ball. He'll come around the member side, a long punt kick up high, blocks. Magnificent mark, the way he hangs in the air, and that's his first mark.
The swooper.
Malcolm Blight.
Richmond lead by 23 points. Nagel's kick to the centre, Bennett in front. Off hands to Jones, former Hawthorn teammate, to Burdett, to Primmer. He's been in everything. He tries to get around Burke and does. Kicks for goal. A great goal by Primmer. His 7th.
Jarrett's trying to slot down that centre position, isn't he? Look. Only one more to go. Robin Ryder also.
start this one. 7-2. Oh, geez, I've got to base around here. To 8, 12. 6-3 they kicked that quarter. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, got a shot.
Takes the last catch. There's no way, if Dibs comes back or Rick, there's no way they can.
Oh, Frankie's got to come back. Him and Ramsey.
Well, that's all in the program this week. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll be back again with us next week. Watch in the closing titles for Ron Barassi. He's conducting the orchestra, the North Melbourne Players. And that's what he thought of North Melbourne's scoreless first quarter against Geelong. But firstly, the goal of the day, Wayne Primmer of Essendon, who's got more gum than Leon Spinks. But this is Primmer's 7th goal, and it capped off a great display for the Dons.
Richmond lead by 23 points. Nagel's kick to the centre, Bennett in front. Off hands to Jones, former Hawthorn teammate, to Burdett, to Primmer. He's been in everything. He tries to get around Burke and does. Kicks for goal. A great goal by Primmer. His 7th.
Conditions, as I've mentioned a couple of times, and so let's have a look at some more of them.
Burdett into the pocket. Burdett plays on. Oh, bad pass. Straight to Breen. Back to Saru. Half-back flank for St Kilda. Side bottom. Fletcher behind. Side bottom. A great mark. Oh, enormous mark. Trimmer. Davis. Danaher. Was touched play on. Van der Haar. Burdett across to Myercheck. He's in the forward pocket. Has a quick look. Oh, well done, Myercheck.
The kick to Didrich. Achieved something. He found Barker, who runs into an open goal.
O'Keefe. Jelly. Plays around Davis. Green. Out to Young. Great passing. That's McDonald. Caught beautifully by Barker. He'll get a free kick, or will he? He won't, but he's got the ball. And away he goes. Watson. Oh, great mark. That was a magnificent mark by Tim Watson.
I don't think I've seen Jim O'Day play such a good game for a long time. Coolly across to Robert Elliott. And Elliott's kicked down towards the wing. Oh, it hit Roberts on the back of the head. He was running the wrong way.
He was grabbed by McLeod, but he had the strength. Comes down to McMahon. He drives it up into the full forward area. Beecroft one-handed. A great mark. Runs on and kicks a goal.
Austin and Williams. Austin still reaching for the ball. It's to Grant. In there is Melrose. Well, pick a free kick out of that and play fair. It's Padley. And Robert Bridus. Away goes Padley. He's in within scoring distance now. Drives it towards goal and pops it through.
So there it is, up to centre-half forward. Carlton the leaper, but he had to beat Blair and also Austin. But it's Robert Bridus who picks it up, chips it in. Beautifully done, Keith Gregg. He can keep going up to the half-forward line, chips it in. Blight in front of Carter. Oh! Great mark. That was Bridus. That's Arnold Bridus. The long hand pass across there to Burns. He drives it up into the full forward area. Chance for Blight. Another great mark by Blight in front of Carter.
Away goes Burns. Oh, Kerry Good, a beautiful mark.
The ball, Bridus, member side wing. Coming in to meet him is Alexander, showing plenty of endeavour. It's still in play, according to the boundary umpire. Picked up by Smith. And Smith, one of Fitzroy's better players, drives the ball short of centre forward.
Oh,
a great mark, Neil
magnificent
McLeod.
mark. Still Burns. Burns to Casson. Casson quick to escape. Into Nettlefold. On the bounce. Back to Casson. A shot for goal. No, to Blight. A beautiful pass. A magnificent lead now from Blight. With a chance for goal number 7.
Be a chance to score here. The Breeze behind him. He's 55 metres out from goal. Kicks it high. The Breeze takes hold of it. Moore in the goal square. It's punched away. Shaw, a snap for goal. It's a good kick. A great kick by Ray Shaw. His second goal. And now Thompson. He can't get the handball in. Chance for Armstrong. They're pressurising Collingwood and Carlton. It's now Keogh. A run for goal. A kick for goal. Is a goal. A great goal by Carlton. Richardson to half-back. Carmen's there with Collins. Carmen easy.
Wayne Richardson, Bruce Dool, cleverly done ball, out to Keogh. An awkward bounce for Trevor Keogh. Back to Dool. Shoots for goal and puts it through. There's class. There's absolute class for you. Just a great effort. He kicks out to McClure. McClure, you can go on with it. He fumbles, still got time. Then boots it back towards centre-half forward. Rodney Galton Perry. Well played there by Sheldon. Puts it through.
Southby, long kick. Mackay in front. Carmen from the back, a big lead. Couldn't mark. Still Carmen comes out with it. Manjuls. Well played by Wearmouth. Shaw leaves it for Wearmouth. He's caught from behind by Keogh, but he slips the tackle. Kick for goal by Wearmouth. What a great goal by Ronnie Wearmouth. Short of the centre, looking for Manasseh. Now picked up by Picken. He's kicked to half forward. Moore is behind Heath. It comes off hands to King. Collingwood going into the Breeze and really needing a goal. Rene King. A solo run by King. He can score a goal on his own. Handballs to the goal square, and it's a goal. Sandilands. Great play, Rene King. But an inspired Collingwood in this turn. Light rain falling now. Short of centre wing. McClure. Good handball to Pickett going past. Pickett to half forward. Sheldon unmarked. Sheldon crosses the ball and finds Buckley at centre half forward. Now Jim Buckley right in front. 45 to 50 metres from goal. Light rain falling. A breeze right at his back. Carlton lead by only a goal. His 13th kick. It's got distance. It's a goal.
The leading goal kickers, a third of the way into the season, back with a vengeance. Well, his marking hasn't been affected, and we judged him having the mark of the day.
He's had many possessions today, but his kicking's let him down and let the side down. That's better. He's getting plenty of distance in that. Down towards Madden and Danaher and Van der Haar at the back of Zoom. Oh, his greatest mark. And what a fantastic second match comeback for Paul Van der Haar, who didn't look as though he was going to play football this year because of that spinal injury.
Good to see Paul Van der Haar back. Next. But firstly, the goal of the day, and look at the skills of Fitzroy's rover, Gary Wilson.
McCarthy steers it over the head of Robert Bridus, running the same way as the ball towards the skillful Wilson. Oh, beautifully done, Gary Wilson. Straightens up with the left foot, fires towards goal, and puts it through. Full marks. A beautiful, talented, skillful piece of football.
Dropped down 2 places to be in 9th place. Well, now let's have a look at some more football that was played in round 8.
Low into the breeze, forward pocket. Ireland. Short of centre wing. Brown. Short pass to Reid again. He gets past Worthington. A high kick into the breeze. Templeton at the back of Thompson. Off hands to Lowe. Handball, unmarked is Jennings. Goal! Worthington at half back. To half forward, past Dempsey. Bouncing for Wearmouth. Wearmouth breaks away from Jennings. A diving rugby tackle was spectacular. Play on again, Shaw. Centre half forward, good mark in defence by Dunstan. Dempsey and Thompson to do battle again. 2 Brownlow medalists. Thompson wins, a rare occasion, to Wearmouth. Wearmouth at centre half back, called a play on by Manasseh, who shepherds. Through Shaw it goes. Jennings again, sandwiched. Kelly. Gordon gets the kick upfield. Dunstan is there. Oh, cleverly gets around Carman. Good football by Dunstan. Got the kick in. Bradmore. Bradmore's kick in the direction of Templeton. He's at the back, spills it. Dempsey. A shot for goal by Dempsey. Is a goal. Great football by Fitzroy.
Bruce Reid straight to Ireland. Ireland a shocker. Mr. Max Richardson, who's just come on as an interchange player. He was just escaped a trip. He's run 50. Gets it to Kink. Kink goes for goal and puts it through.
Net display by Collingwood. Wearmouth almost ran into trouble. It's centre half forward, Sandlands, and Walsh right over the top of it.
Well, the game hasn't settled into any pattern as yet. Still, it's terribly early in the first quarter. Bernie Jones doing well on the ruck so far. Robbins with that good kick down towards Mansfield. He's low to the ground and head first to the ball, but Nankervis fighting on, gets it. Hurd, nice handball to Danaher. Danaher with a beautiful pass because Davis ran the wrong way. Essendon forwards moving a long way out from their goal. Malaki's kicking to the centre and no one seemed to be looking after Bruns. He breaks away with the ball with a long kick. Donahue turned his back on it, a chance for his 3rd goal. And it is. Had a lot of close matches lately as that ball's booted out into general play, and Madden at last has taken a very positive mark. He got a cruel rule at times, because if you slip over it, arch your body over it, you are in possession. Oh, good mark, Hawk. Now Van der Haar. Knocked off balance. Robert Neal for Geelong. The man running through is Woodman. Ooh, and the other one was Andrew, or Fletcher rather. This is Brown now picks up. Handballs and puts Clark in bother. Runs and Nankervis. Good sidestep by Nankervis. He's about due to score.
Muir across to Marsh to Bennett. Away go the Dons. In towards Danaher at centre-half forward. Meyer checks by himself, and that's his target. And Jack's marked, he plays on, and a low kick for goal. It's off the hands of the pack. Here's a chance for the Jones boy. It's through, I think.
The exact centre of the ground for his 8th such kick. Browning again, Zantuck, Jackson, Jelly, Barker. Score coming up. A goal to George Young. Post! Behind only. Well, you don't have to be dead to be stiff.
Across to O'Keefe. In the centre is O'Keefe. Tweeddale, your chance. Off he goes. Caught.
Good catch.
A magnificent tackle. A perfect tackle by O'Neill.
Oh.
David Young, who's a magnificent long kick, has the breeze behind him. He's 70 metres out at least, but there's no doubt of his intention. He's going to try and get that breeze to help him and thump a long one down to the 10-yard square. Which he does. What a beautiful kick. Number 18 and mark number 9. Extraordinary performance by Peter Morrison. Underneath it was almost James. Behind the pack, Hounsell it is.
Yes.
It is. A great angle goal.
Go back and take your kicks at the umpire. Well, take your hand pass anyway. Teasdale. Morrison to Murphy. It's another one only if he wants it, the short one. Fields, back to Murphy, good football. Shot for goal coming up. Inevitable score. Beautiful football, South Melbourne. From the defensive side of the centre. Browning to McLeish. A little bit of trouble. Hoffman. Oops, now you see him, now you don't. Great play, Steve Hoffman, another goal.
With form like that, South Melbourne almost final. Bruce one-hander.
Dipprich. Whistle on the play, pushed out. Was Teasdale. Round in front of Perovic. Perovic splendidly.
Matches next week in VFL football, and undoubtedly this week. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll be back with the winners again next week. In the closing title, we show you a bit of Little League action. But firstly, we leave you with the goal of the day, and it was scored by Neville Fields, who's starting to find his feet at his new club, South Melbourne, after transferring over from Essendon.
In front is Colling. Straight down to Hoffman. Hoffman, a long, high one. Underneath it, Max James. Hit it down cleverly to Fields. Fields, the left footer, screws a great goal.
Great goal.
A really classical left foot snapshot goal.
Tenth place, and Footscray, despite their second win, are still last on the league ladder. Well, there's still some pretty good football to come in these highlights of the 3 games.
70 metres from goal. Kicking towards the Mentone end. Kicks either foot. Tweeddale, that's a mighty kick. Kelvin Moore, in the back. Hunt! Waked up by Tweeddale. St Kilda into attack with a long kick to the flank. Knights. And boot. Clever mark to boot. Hawthorn really unstuck. Knights to Tuck. This long kick from Tuck, that's what Hawthorn need. Breen running backwards. Moncrief, Hawthorn's only goal kicker. Bundled over by O'Day keeps going with it. Good stuff.
Carl and Matthews. Oh, the big fella's killed him in the last couple of minutes. Perevic. Around the St Kilda members' wing he goes, looking for Green. But too much class for Dippy Medico at the moment. Still does it well. Nicely done, Green. In towards full forward, looking for Hunters, dropping short. O'Halloran marks. Punched away by Bromberg out to Perevic. Jelly in front of the pack. Great mark, O'Halloran.
Gee, this is a force forward line. This is Lee Matthews. He's a great player and a great trier. Matt Hendry, no. Jim O'Day's okay. Rawlings. And it's there. He's got a ball on the string today, Barry Breen, and that was his 7th mark, but his kicking in the last 2 attempts have been poor. Perevic does something here, finds Bond. He loves to run, and he's run 40 metres so far, going to 50 metres. Scott after him, good play, Scott. Bond goes down, but he's taken the ball 120 metres. A smashing mark.
Malthouse. Oh, a balloon. Magro on his own. Takes it nicely.
Magro being a good player, gets it to Ireland. Long running kick by Ireland. Moore. Peter Moore. Collingwood still leading by 13 points after 8 minutes in the second quarter. Baum, a good handball out to Feltham. Tackled when he didn't have it, but play on, said the umpire. It bounces back to Feltham, who kicks for goals and has scored a goal. Worthington's kick, straight up the centre of the ground. Carman with Burke. Thompson, fumbles again for Wearmouth. He loses it in the tackle to Shaw, and he gave it straight across to O'Bourne. Long kick to Moore. Still Peter Moore a chance. Hook for goal. Good kick. Great goal.
Lee may have been played. Morris to Max Richardson. On towards Wearmouth and Shaw, the deadly double. Shaw back to Max Richardson is bad football. Max Richardson back into the goal square. 2 Collingwood, 1 Richmond. In there's Kink, in there's Wearmouth. Caught, gets it to Moore. Moore having a fit of the juggles. Back to Kink. Kink to straighten up and fire for goal. And it's a shocker! If it was any worse, it would have been disgraceful.
Ireland robs the ball. Good handball to Manasseh. Manasseh's kick to centre wing. Carman should mark. Barham at half forward. Kink unmarked. Sheedy closing the gap. Kink straightening up. Great smother by Sheedy, but Kink took too long. Bartlett loses it, and eventually Strawn gets it up to Feltham, and into attack go Richmond.
Oh, beautiful mark, David Cloak. Back it's Cloak and Thompson. A big shoving and pushing match going on. Cloak emerges, his kick smothered. Kink can't handle it. Gets a hand pass to Manasseh. Manasseh must hand pass. No, he gets past and boots up to the centre half forward. Oh, the fist of Burke. Back to Shaw. Shaw has Barham free on this side of the ground and sees him. Barham cuts inboard, and away he goes. He'll have a shot for goal, and bang it through! A goal in the difference.
Good bounce. Madden in ruck and wins the tap. Melbourne haven't a chance to go forward. Wells. Good hand pass by Tippett. Opportunity for Johnston. Long kick. Beautiful kick, Peter Johnston.
Bernie Jones. Ugly, awkward, terrible kick to Gaunt, to Code. Code out wide. Here comes the ambling man, Mr. Andrews. Great mark.
Code's hand pass to Tippett. Almost healed. Breaks through the centre. Target for Biffin. Over his head. Ideally placed to Flower. Hurd. Carl. Bennett. Primer. He of the toothless grin. Lines this one up.
Great leap. Out wide to Robbie Flower. Flower then down looking for Biffin. Biffin with his strength, good mark. Across it goes to Peter Johnson. He should hand pass. And he puts it through. So he's redeemed his mistake. Davis been a very good player. 11 and a half minutes gone. Grambo goes up high in front and takes a fine mark.
And again, it's the full back. Fold sees the unguarded Marsh. Backus gives it inboard to Andrews, back to Backus. He's one of the running Marshes. Thank you, said Mr. Baker, waiting behind for the crumbs. Mr. Baker, waiting for the crumbs.
Oh, very quick.
Bit of humour there from Dick. First time this season, and the target of the Magic 100 is getting just a little bit more difficult. Well, there aren't many rays of sunshine at the moment for Melbourne, but they did have the mark of the day, and through Tony Dullard.
Lead by just the 1 point, 3-1 to 3 goals. The member side, Danaher. Dullard! Oh, great mark, Tony Dullard. Used Danaher as a stepladder, but really clamped the hands around the footy.
Next week's matches in round 10, a split round for the Queen's Birthday weekend, and the highlight of Saturday's matches, and what a game should it be, North Melbourne and Essendon, which is first against third. And the best game on the Monday is St Kilda and Collingwood, which is fourth against fifth, and another good one, Footscray Carlton, both improving teams. Well, that's just about all we have for you this week. We hope you've enjoyed the program again and will join us again next week for the split round. We leave you with two of the big boys in league football, Don Scott and Carl Dittrich, coming to grips. But firstly, a player of different style, speedy, exciting Ricky Barham, kicking the goal of the day.
Hand pass to Manasseh. Manasseh must hand pass. No, he gets past and boots up to the centre-half forward. Oh, the fist of Burke. Back to Shaw. Shaw has Barham free on this side of the ground and sees him. Barham cuts inboard, and away he goes. He'll have a shot for goal, and bang it through! A goal, the difference.
A very well-centred kick where Glendenning and his opponent, and Glendenning over the top of Crow.
Centre of the ground, over centre-half forward to the leading man in front, Glendenning. Held it long enough, said Fellows, to Greg. Greg kicks it long, right into the forward line. Glendenning. What a great mark.
Schimmelbusch the dasher. He's off. Left foot down towards that 10-yard square. Glendenning. Glendenning. Too good for Basenko.
Neil has Bruce Nankervis, but kicks again to centre-half forward. Knights. Lovely mark.
Well, good mark to Hawkins. No, didn't quite take it. Sheehan. Tipper Domenico and Knights. Good mark.
As Kelvin Moore's about to put it back into play.
Already to the centre of the ground, Payton. Knights, he's starring. Peter Knights, he can run almost to half forward and have a shot for goal. It's got the distance and hits the post. That would have been a sensational goal by Peter Knights.
Preston goes around the outer side of the wing. He's got a habit of tucking the ball under the wing. That's not the outer wing, that's his. And Knights, a beautiful mark.
Malcolm Blight was the offender. Fouls downfield. Nice leap by Hurd. A very fine mark. Shane Hurd. Van der Haar and Ick. Van der Haar beautifully done.
One hand.
A magnificent catch. Counting out Casson and Basenko. Basenko there first. Alan Davis. Great pickup. Runs into Schimmelbusch. Back it goes to Muir. Good tackle, Casson. Here's a chance for their first shot for goal, which he does and does it well. Great. Keenan and Crow and McCann. Crow got there first and almost held it. McCann. Blight. A strong chest mark. A very well-centred kick where Glendenning and his opponent, and Glendenning over the top of Crow. And that's a mammoth effort because Crow is 6'5". Max Crow. Short pass. Oh, Schimmelbusch, beautifully done. Absolute sheer class is number 20. It's kick number 5. A magnificent wingster. deputy or vice-captain today. Low, Blake again. The soaring, foaming, flying Blake. Primer across looking for Nagel. Intercepted by Bennett, who's been the chief kick-getter on the ground. Across to Nagel. Nagel then down towards the pocket. Van der Haar should have taken that one. Madden with it. Out wide it goes, and here's Burdett. A left foot snap for goal is a gem. An absolute gem. Well played, Carl. Out to Fletcher. Fletcher downfield. McCann front position. Marsh a chance. Marsh has got it. Kicks it high down towards the pocket. Underneath it, Jarrett and Burdett, and Van der Haar from nowhere.
Chance here for Quinlan. Pushed in the back. He'll get the free kick at half-back. Quick to play on. Looking for Walls. Sheedy right with him. So strong. That's a good mark. Taken by one of the smallest players on the field, Wilson. Chance for Davidson. Runs back into the pack. Back to Scrimshaw. Cloak. Smith. One hand, Smith. Paid by umpire Marcy because the other was held. They're having a good tussle too. 42 Richmond, 7 for Troy. 24 minutes gone first term.
Smith's kicking the ball too high. It's not covering the distance. Good mark taken by Davidson. Richmond in scoring zone against the breeze. Cloak again to Lan. Oh, this sneaked in. There's a throw-in. With Barham also playing at 100. Oh, a bullet pass to Bartlett. Back to Monteith. Monteith lines up, shoots, and goals. Fitzroy under a lot of pressure. And they're not handling it well as Wilson's put down. Cleanly, Jess to Bolthouse. He's racing through the centre. A long kick to cap it off right down towards full forward. Lamb again with his boot into it, and he's goal, number 3.
Out to Wilson. To Irwin. Beautiful hand pass, the left hand. Irwin to Beecroft. He's in front again. He marks. He plays on. Across to McMahon. He's missed.
A long chase by forwards and backs. Waitman it is, picks up, beautifully handled it, and a great pass. Oh, a wobbly handball when the ball's wobbled through. 4 goals to Robert Lamb. McCarthy fumbled. Handball though across to Beecroft. Beecroft in the ruck to Hodges. Hodges on the back line out to the wing. Good stuff as Brown breaks away. Fitzroy into attack. Good pass. Oh, beauty.
It's Higgins who takes the free kick and boots it into attack again. Donahue had stopped it more by shock than desperation. Shoots for goal and pops it through. And that's his 3rd.
At the back, Neil, and forward go Geelong. Neil's kick to half forward over the head of Sheehan. A chance for Bruns, well in front of DeWald. Bruns lines up for goal. Manson's there, bounces in the goal square, but just offline, but still in the field of play. Still a chance. Clark, a goal!
As Kelvin Moore's about to put it back into play.
Already to the centre of the ground, Payton. Knights, he's starring. Peter Knights, he can run almost to half forward and have a shot for goal. It's got the distance and hits the post. That would have been a sensational goal by Peter Knights.
Preston goes around the outer side of the wing. He's got a habit of tucking the ball under the wing. That's not the outer wing, that's his. And Knight's a beautiful mark.
Doesn't go for the kick to Tuck. Defence closing. Tuck kicks to half forward. Oh, cleverly picked up down there by Murphy, but the handball out by Malarkey. It goes straight out there towards Lee, and Lee kicks a goal. Pushing the back, no free kick, and Cassidy gets away. Straightens up. Cassidy could nearly score here. Kicks for goal. Close. It is a goal.
Threads it through to Woodman. It's good football. Up here looking for Turner and Clark. They spoil each other. Ablett's in there, but Turner's more desperate than the 3 of them combined. It gets clear. Well played. Skills Mike Turner. Thrown to the ground after he's kicked the ball. He gets a mark.
Now Payton. Unmarked down there is Lee, if he can get hold of it.
Oh, beauty.
It's a goal.
Jarrott. Hick. To Greg.
Greg kicks it long, right into the forward line. Glendenning. What a great mark. Never took his eye off the ball for 1 second and had his right arm coming out to clutch it just above turf level.
Watch in the closing title for Peter Crackers Keenan, who's pouring at the ground ready for the opening bounce in the game between North Melbourne and Essendon. Really something to see. But firstly, the goal of the day and a top performance by Geelong halfback Jeff Cassidy from near the centre.
He could nearly score here. Kicks for goal. Close. It is a goal.
A fine left foot downfield. Johnson's in position, punched away by Scarlett. Out wide goes Thorne again. Screws her back with that great left foot and puts it through. That was a magnificent goal. That's his third.
Makes on and beats his South Melbourne small opponent. Fields pots away, it's swinging back. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal for number 5, Neville Fields.
That's Mark. He really is a long kick. He doesn't do it. This time he kicks it to Browning. I think Browning's just as far out as Teasdale was when he was there to shoot for goal. Browning is also a thumping kick, and that is a thumping kick. That is the kick of the day. Mark Browning's second, and that's one that one will not forget. Magnificent.
Towards half forward, Barker from the back, Ireland in front, down to Saru, and the free kick paid to Billy Pickett for Ireland. Andrew Ireland just behind the centre, to half forward, good pass to Kink, Barham, over the top to King. This should be a score to Collingwood.
Oh, beauty!
Great goal!
What a sensational opening.
Atkinson for Collingwood. Good penetrating kick by him to the goal square. Moore. Booth, Kink! Well smothered by Breen.
Lovely smother, Barry Breen.
Out of bounds in the forward pocket. Throw in right beside the behind post. Collingwood in attack. Dittrich in front and Moore from the back. Hooks to the back to Max Richardson. Snap for goal, it's a goal!
Again, Thompson and Dittrich from the same side of the circle. Thompson with the fingertips. O'Keefe over the head of Picken. Oh, coming through nicely. Ireland relieves up to centre half back off the chest of Perovic. Carmen can't pick it up, runs over the top of it. Bromberg, oh, beautifully onto Colling. Colling shoved in the back. Tweedale comes across. And in there goes Stevens, on to Duperuzal. Down he goes with a push in the back. And Bruce Duperuzal will take the free kick at left half forward for the Saints on the members' side of VFL Park. 4 minutes 50 seconds into the first quarter. Runs into the middle of the ground. Hooks it back into the pocket. Saru's up there with one hand. It goes to ground. Picken dispossessed. Morris beautifully to Ireland. And Ireland streams up the centre of the ground. Will be blocked by O'Keefe onto Shaw. He'll turn into Dittrich. Back to Wearmouth. The terrible twins are at it again. On to up by Perovic. Boots St Kilda back into attack. Stevens! A mark. Barker. Wish they'd all stop wearing... And away go the Saints again into attack. Magro. Oh, lovely mark. Great mark, Stan Magro. Not a great kick because it goes straight to Green. Try.
There'll be some chance to kick a goal here.
Good description of a bruise, Drew, a one-goal bruise.
It's got the distance. Oh. Great kick.
The second. No other way, Rene Kink, as he runs up to stand on the mark.
Green's kick to centre half back. At the back was Perovic, couldn't take the mark. Max Richardson playing his 200th. High kick, forward pocket, Moore at the back. Oh!
Thompson will take the free. Thompson with a hand pass. Across to Worthington. Boots it up to the wing. Morris making yards on Conning on this occasion. Gets a nice bounce. Hooks it back into the centre of the ground towards Carman and Perovic. It goes past both of them. Breen's in there. He's put down without the ball. Paddles it along the ground. Picked up by Perovic. Twists out of two tackles. Oh, skill bell Perovic. The bounce, Shaw at the back. No, it's not Shaw, it's Picken. Appealing for a free kick again. Oh, well played, Cunningham. Picked up by Picken, so he recovers his mistake. Cohen! Back to Atkinson. Moore leading. It's a beautiful pass straight to him. Beautifully defensive fish by Booth, and it's over. Thompson. Bromberg. Wearmouth. Oh, Lofts. Still Lofts. Well done. Still smothered again. Picked up by Duperuzal. Sells the hand pass dummy. Oh, nice smother by Ireland again. Duperuzal desperate, but Ireland better.
Oh, he ran too far.
And there's a dog on the ground. It's a black one too. Kink. Oh, Moore. Oh, lost it. Booth to Dittrich. Dittrich to the dog, but it's Stone who gets in there at first. Stone onto O'Keefe, and he and Bond run into each other. Bond sackles it along the ground. Max Richardson comes in, and the ball over the line and out of bounds for a throw in centre wing, member side of the ground. Now there's a dog and a policeman on the ground.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Green at the back. Barker. St Kilda into attack again. Saru at centre half forward with Stewart. Well gathered by Saru. He gets clear. He can almost score himself. Kick for goal. Is another one. 6 straight by St Kilda.
And the dog's still there. This time with an umpire's got it.
And I hope the RSPCA wasn't watching when one Mr. Booth lashed out at the dog.
And now there's a... Hello. Man bites dog. Well, that's a hot potato, isn't it? It's being passed from hand to hand. Oh, well, I guess you can only say it's a dog's life.
All of a sudden, the difference is only 28 points.
A lead from Beecroft. That's his target. Bit of a push by Beecroft. Flower. Matthews slipped. He's got plenty of support. Nicely done. Out to Nankervis. The tuck. Victoria playing well. Here's support. Flower again. Oh, well done, Victoria. Around the outer side wing he goes. Through the wing, up towards half forward. Then looks for his full forward, who's behind Mackay.
To the centre. Oh, Dool in front. Handball over the top. It's good football to Wilson. Long kick into attack. At the back is Teasdale. Great mark. 13-minute mark, second quarter. It's all Victoria. Dropping short. Templeton.
WA desperate for a score. It's going to land in the goal square. Mackay. Teasdale.
Centre half forward. Dempsey got back there. Beecroft high. Down to Dool. To Knights. Tuck. Back to Knights. Now he goes further with the pass. Nankervis. Unmarked is Flower. Here go Victoria again. Knights. Over the top from Max Richardson to Murphy. Murphy straightens. He wants a goal. Knights is going to have a shot. And has missed badly. Oh! Wilson. Wilson has a shot. And kicks a goal.
"20 metres out from the Victorian goal. Main scoreboard end. Cloak. Nicely to Lee Matthews. Miller. Oh, straight to Flower. He can run in, steady. Line up from 35 metres out. That's his second. It's 15 metres. He'll get a fly here. Away he goes. Looking for Templeton. He's behind. He's got it. Oh, fingertip, but not quite. Vanderhaan knocks it on to Mackay. Now you see, there you don't. Great stuff, Mackay. Screws it over his shoulder. And it's marked by Worthington in the back pocket.
Harvey Merrigan. Out of side. Knights in front. Matthews. Back to Knights. Straight through them. Great play by Peter Knights. Tuck. Short pass looking for Flower. Oh, brilliant football. Tuck double passed. Flower going for the kick. Browning unmarked in the forward pocket. Browning's 14th mark. Worthington's kick for Mackay. In front of Flower, the 219s. Good mark to Mackay. Much vaunted player. He's done almost nothing today. High one to centre wing. That was only his 8th kick. Knights! Wiley off the ground for himself. Good pick-up. Well played by Robert Wiley. To half forward. Merrigan in front. Harvey Merrigan. Centre wing. Dempsey. Dempsey's kick to centre half forward. Vanderhaar at the back. No mark. Matthews. Well played, Matthews. Snap for goal. Hasn't got the distance. In the goal square is Teasdale. Good punch by Worthington. Templeton. Forward pocket now. Teasdale and Peake. Still with Teaser. Oh, Matthews. Brilliantly played. Browning. Barker is caught. Play on. Melville out of defence. To half back, and Murphy marks. Centres the ball. Dempsey. Dempsey's kick. Matthews right in front. Yes, well, they fooled around a bit in the previous minute, looking for somebody to give it to so they could kick a goal. And now Lee Matthews for his 5th goal. No doubt about it.
And they finished up toying with them. bootlace job by a man who miraculously recovered from a serious injury to play his first game for Victoria, Paul van der Haar.
Or straight across the centre of the ground. Could have gone a little bit backwards, actually. Day and Knights, number 17. Great play, Peter Knights. And heavy shepherding behind play. Knights to centre half forward. Van der Haar.
Paul van der Haar up.
.20 metres from goal, Victoria into attack. Worthington and Cloak down to Barker. Chance for his second goal. It is. 2 goals in a minute.
Full voice was the duel between Peter Knights and Paul van der Haar. The two blondes, who were teammates in the Victorian side last week against Western Australia, lined up on each other and really turned on the skills. What a contest it was.
Danaher, outside half forward. Right in the goal square. Van der Haar!
Hawthorn defence trying to survive this onslaught by the Dons, looking for Madden. Up Knights, nearly the mark.
Davis's kick to half forward. Van der Haar and Knights again. Van der Haar! Third mark over Peter Knights. Andrews at centre half back. Fletcher. Long kick by Fletcher. Half forward, Knights and Van der Haar again, and this time Knights in front.
Fletcher has heaps of room to move. He kicks now. Van der Haar and Knights. Van der Haar! A good mark by Muir over Matthews. He wastes no time giving it to Fletcher. Fletcher, the long kick, Danaher backing into Polkinghorne. Knights! Mansfield, the long kick, Van der Haar and Knights. Van der Haar!
Madden from centre half back. Knights and Van der Haar and Knights.
Not going to let him go, treating him like a long-lost friend as Brzanko comes in. The long kick, centre half forward, Knights and Van der Haar. Knights judged it better than Van der Haar on that occasion. And Van der Haar looked at the umpire then as if to say, well, look, I thought he didn't hold it long enough.
Actually, it hasn't been a contest after about half-time, I'd say. Knights has got right on top.
Top football to come in the program with these highlights of the 3 games.
Looking forward to a tremendous battle between the two blonde bombshells, Knights and Van der Haar. Knights winning out on this occasion. The long kick by Knights. Oh, nearly the mark to Hendry. In fact, it's been paid. Newton, who hasn't had too many games with Essendon this year, but has been a stalwart for that club in other years, puts it wide, looking for Hurd and Ablott. A great mark by Hurd. I think he might have just slipped at the crucial moment and collected a little bit too high. There's the kick from Wallace to full forward. The fist comes out of Crow. Comes down to Hurd. Hurd back to Fletcher. He can put it wide. Who's he looking for? Danaher and Polkinghorne. Over the back. Nobody can mark. Primmer roving well. Gets into the pack. Cleverly out of it. The hand pass to Brzanko. Essendon opening up play to Davis. Davis to centre half forward. The chance for Van der Haar. Jones lumbers in. Jones to Marsh. He comes at him. Marsh will do it easily. To half forward. His kick off the side of the boot. Coming out is Madden. Scott. Madden eludes Scott. Gets around on his left boot. Puts it through.
Short of centre wing. Scott there. Big leap by Madden. And at the second grab, Madden takes a fine mark. Towards centre half forward. Van der Haar and Knights again. And Van der Haar! Unmarked is Newton. Over centre wing, Davis and Dipia Domenico. Good mark to Alan Davis.
They've had a great battle. It's been pretty physical. Madden a chance here. Great mark! Mansfield, good handball. Robbins, long kick. Madden in the goal square. Oh!
Morrison, he chips one in towards centre-half forward. Punched away by Good. Out towards Gregg. Does it well. Away they go. Ick. Brightus. No support at centre-half forward, so he's going to look for Blight. He and Rantel has got a cigarette paper between them. Oh, Rantel!
Chance here for North. Three of them. Casson again. Injected a little bit of life on that forward line. Across to Huppets. Racing through the Schimmelbusch. Great stuff. Brightus, 15 metres out. Slams it through.
Burns from half-back flank. Jackson, they fall to the ground. May have been a North Melbourne free kick. No. Jarrett across to Schimmelbusch. Into McCann. He can run right in. He's only about 35 metres out. Oh, he's run too far. He's gone too far. It's Moylan who's breaking clear from fullback.
A left foot kick down to Greg and Dean. Oh, the clever mark to Dean.
Hoffman. Oh, well done. Browning. Away they go. McLeish into centre-half forward. Council behind. The little fella, no. Mark or nearly. Teaser. Evans. Impossible angle. Goal number 4. It is. It is.
Barry Round, the clear winner in the ruck there. He's carrying all for him on that forward line. In south forward pocket as Morrison will spin round and get on his left foot. It's his wrong foot. Coming down is Browning. Good mark. Jarrett should have gone a little harder. Oh, it's a beautiful shot. And South Melbourne are back in front.
Ball burster towards full forward. Hunt. Good recovery on the ground by the big fellow. Jezelenko now on the van. Gets it across to Collins. He's got plenty of pace. Back to Armstrong. Looks for Brown. Galt from behind. Great mark, Galt. Mackay's calling for this one. Side bottom. Superb mark. To Austin. 100 gamer today for the Blues. Too far from McClure, but he's got back to take it. Well played.
Lofts. Side bottom.
The Blues lead by 51 points. Almost half time.
Curly Austin's 9th kick to McClure. And his 9th mark by Mark. Behind the pack, Keogh pops away. Give it a goal. Brown. Keogh's first.
Now to the leading goal kickers at the halfway stage, and Kelvin Templeton is well on the way to kicking 3 figures for the season, 6 this week for a total of 58, and the only one over half a century. Donahue 3 this week, Moncrief 5, Beecroft kicked 2, Young 3, Blight 1, and Matthews kicked 3 goals. And now to the mark of the day, and it was taken by Phil Baker, who was recalled to the north side this week.
The best thing to do, because plenty of North Melbourne players there. Sutton. McCann. Ick. Brightus, who's back on after just hurting himself in the first quarter. Back to Ick again. Oh, Baker! Electrifying play.
Next week's matches, when they start to play each other all over again. Well, that's just about all we have for you this week. We hope you've enjoyed the program and will join us again next week. We leave you with the goal of the day, and it was scored by the Carlton rover Ken Sheldon. And so it's goodbye from me, and it's also goodbye from Barras and Tuddy.
Backing up well is Pickett.
Off the ground by Towns to Jesselenko. Brown leads in front of Breen. Backing up well is Sheldon. Plenty of pace. Snap. Goal for Sheldon, miraculous from the boundary line.
All to come.
Half-back flank Grinter's kick. Towns. Nice call from Pickett. Collins. Oh, out of fingers caught. No, out of it. Explosive speed from the standing start. Has kicked Carlton's third goal. Carlton's right forward pocket. Gold try and get it out of the air, I think. No, knock it down the back. There's Buckley. Has a quick look. Lines up. Carlton's fourth goal.
Aimed into the pocket. Oh, Doyle just spoons that one out. Picked up by Davidson, who blasts away for goal, and his goal. Now that was a great kick. Jones and Lee, and Jones in front where he's been all day and continues to win, and his ruck rover Keogh gets the ball up towards Brown. Brown, good recovery, goes after it again. Malthouse gets his body in front, good play. Sheldon into the hands of McConville, into the hands now of Gold, move around, bang. Davidson back to the man running through in Burke. Burke puts him into attack. Oh, but there's no high flyers, no one able to take a mark on the forward line for Richmond. The Southby comes away with the ball, and a gentle kick around there towards Sheldon. Out to Collins. Sheedy goes in to meet him. Collins just races away from him. He'll get caught. No, he knew something was on and kicked it. Scrimshaw dropped it and shouldn't have. McConville easily across towards goal. Richmond seemed to start with a lot more enthusiasm in this third quarter, which is 20 minutes ago, but it seems to have drifted away from them now. Malthouse and Sheedy still trying. Down towards Lachlan, in good position to fly. Oh, he's unreal, this man. He is unreal.
Carlton lead by 63 points. Jess to Cloak. Jones lumbering in. Cloak been very quiet today for an interstate player. How many kicks, Kevin? 3 kicks.
Handball was poor. Buckley puts the Blues into Armstrong rather than into attack, and Burke puts Richmond back into attack, and Bartlett judged the bounce out of the pack beautifully. Has a look, steadies and shoots for goal, and it's through.
Pickett. Sheldon. Keogh behind.
Asked to play on by the umpire. Short pass straight up the ground to Conlon. He's met by Dunn. Barker throws himself in. Dunn gets it back. Breaks clear. Looks for George Young. Good pass. 30 metres from goal. Chance for his second goal. 3 straight to St Kilda. It's not a bad kick, just near the goal square. Beecroft is there. Back to Bromberg. Kicks out of defence to O'Keefe at half-back. Baker. Up to half-forward looking for side-bottom. Smith in front. Side-bottom trying to shepherd off. Does it brilliantly towards Hunt. A long kick for goal by Hunt is offline.
Didrich and Alexander easily. Alexander rucks to his own, rows to his own ruckler. The kick goes to Barker. Barker favours the Russell Green lead. Green has Young, but he will shoot for goal. It's a shocker, but there's Young. The body you saw suspended in midair belonged to Smith. Hanson. This is Wilson roving again. Oh, gets it from knees to Barker. Barker still caught. Gets it. This will be a goal for Young. Scored.
Had an outstanding game, Brian Brown. Short of centre wing, Alexander. Gets some help from Thompson. Good handball. Hodges kick. Oh, Wilson, a great mark.
Oh, tremendous mark.
Over the top to McMahon. Damaging player as well. A long kick for goal. Is a great goal by McMahon.
To Conlon coming past. If he gets a favourable bounce, he knocks it forward. Should be shepherded, and is. Hooks it back into the goal square, and almost a beautiful mark by Baker, I think it is.
Umpire Marcy. Saru straight to Green. Great ruck work. Down comes Young with Serafini. Serafini.
Great mark.
Keys out to centre wing. Oh, Keith, good mark. To half forward. Hunt is there, and Barker.
Forward flank. Right down to the teeth of goal where Scarlett's there was Crow. Crow got there first. Screws over his shoulder for one behind.
Lucky that he was allowed his kick. Soaring mark by Teasdale. One of the vintage Teasdale marks that. Now, Marsh. Beats the paddock full and gets snaffled there beautifully. McLeish to Quaid. Browning now in trouble. Dean to shoot for goal. He's got distance. Yes, it's a goal. Harry Bryce shifted out of the back pocket early in the game. Madden one hand. South Melbourne a chance. Dean shepherds well for Evans. Continues to shepherd well for him. Puts it up to Teasdale and Torbett. Teasdale! Steve Torbett.
And now to Crow in the goal square for Essendon.
He bounces it very badly. Still gets past two opponents. Sends a long one down looking for Crow. Great mark!
Oh, fabulous mark.
Great mark.
Fabulous mark, Max Crow. Stuck up the right hand, watched it, fell to his knees and grasped it in with the one claw.
For the second week in a row, showed agility which belies his size.
Tim Watson. He's been a very busy player. Shown tremendous endeavour. Good-looking kick this time. Kicked up brilliantly by Madden. Brilliantly by Madden. Well, that's the second time that the two giant players in height in the field, that's Max Crow and Simon Madden, have shown agility far beyond expectations from that one.
Still more top football to come in these highlights of the three games.
Whitten. Dunstan again. Oh, this looks dangerous here. Good pass. Is it? No, it's not. Oh, Temperance. Great play.
At centre half back. Second kick only. It could have been reported. Murray. Oh, what a mark. Whitten. Taken by John Reid, looking for Templeton again. Oh, he had it in his grasp and lost it. Lines up on his left foot, fires away. Goal number 6.
Over the back, Whitten runs in, steadies, the handball quickly to Jennings. He's in trouble. Back to Hawkins, he didn't look, knocks it. I think it's going to be Welsh's target. Dempsey's running there towards the position where the ball's landing. Oh. He's unbeatable. And a free kick.
Absolute rubbish, that. Side bottom, you had nothing. Well, he shouldn't have even tried to provoke some sort of situation. I couldn't see a free kick there at all, personally, but the umpire didn't. Certainly we're much closer. He's much closer than us. But side bottom, the lip at the moment. Have a look at him, son. Have a look. Oh, no, I don't want to pick you. You're 5'3.5". I'm not going to waste my time on you.
Betts was his opponent on that particular one. Davis downfield looking for Van der Haar. The leaper. Beautifully done. Good hand pass to Magro. Another good, no, Magro changed his mind cleverly. Out to Atkinson. Atkinson will be swamped. Nicely to Kink, to Betts. Betts downfield, Ken Fletcher. What a great game he's playing in the half-back game.
Danaher's long kick this time. Van der Haar the target. Oh, pardon me, but what a catch. He was out of position. He was pushed, shoved away from the ball. You were sucked in, son. You were sucked in. It's the oldest trick in the book. You've only played a season and a half and you fell for it.
Rush is caught. Ireland takes it away from him. Free kick should go to Ireland. Ireland a hand pass across to Wayne Richardson. Down to Kink. Kink over his head. And you've got to come out, Max Crow. Manasseh beats him for it. Kicks for goal and puts it through. Collingwood are murdering them. They're frustrated. Folds. Could have given the hand pass, but wisely took the kick. Primer! A great move! Over the top of Pickett. What a sensational mark.
Half back again. The 16th kick drives Essendon into centre half forward. Crow and Madden!
Morrison to centre half forward. Teasdale. Oh, magnificent mark. Right. Matthews and Evans. Matthews emerges. Gets it to Eade. Eade centres. Looking for Wallace. He can't pick it up, but Martello can tackle. On to Goss. In turn to Moncrief. Oh, beautiful smother. And South Melbourne out of trouble. And then pass back to O'Neill. Good football, beautiful football. Moore in front. Smith. Smith the long hand pass to Browning. Browning, if he can kick it, will kick a goal and does. Wallace is free. Comes into the centre to Martello. Martello will plant the nice size 9.5. So it's off the side of the boot. Coming forward was Moncrief, who's spilled it and gets a free kick for push in the back. There's Scott in the middle of things again. There's Scott again with the elbow.
A raffle, this one. Matthews uses his body, which helps Rawlings. Good handball to Eade, who can score a goal. The handball to Matthews, who runs in and he'll score the goal. His third.
Dean gets it out. Coming through James with a great deal of G&D. Boots it forward. And it's all South Melbourne as Smith gets the ball. Runs back the wrong way. Gets the hand pass out to Murphy. Murphy hooks back with the left foot and puts it through for a goal. What a goal!
His opponent on that particular one. Davis downfield looking for Van der Haar. The leaper. Beautifully done.
And as you could see, it wasn't highlights.
Islander hand pass across to Wayne Richardson. Down to Kink. Kink over his head. And you've got to come out, Max Crow. Manasseh beats him for it. Kicks for goal and puts it through.
Fox at the back, number 17. High tackle and the free kick going to Hawthorn.
From the back, Teasdale. There's Bryce to collect. Matthews tackles him high and late.
And a good mark by Walter, right in front. Richard Walter goes for the short pass, unmarked in the goal square. Bumped after he took the mark.
Picked up finally for Hawthorn by Leo Wallace. Over on the outer side of the ground, they'll be brought back Mark Browning. And Morrison gives Tuck a little bit of what for on the ground there. Indicates that he's going to centre the ball and does. Teasdale from behind. Oh, got a big ride. They're free to Martello for pushing the back.
Thompson. Van der Haar not in the event. And Paul van der Haar wins that raffle.
Well, from here, you really couldn't see anybody touch him at all. And look at the furious look on Big Len's face.
That's a joke. Van der Haar kicks the goal. He's kicked the goal. Real charity.
Well, it's certainly rubbing insult into injury when the free kick is given. And wrongly given, and a goal is the net result against the side.
Well, Thompson stretched his hands. He's arguing with Robinson in the centre. He stretched his hands up to push the ball out. Van der Haar ran into his hands from the side, and Van der Haar got the free kick.
Well, there's Big Len clapping his hands. 23 points the difference now.
Razor Nagle, he slips. A stupid mistake. Intercepted by Folds and knocked away by Vanessa. Collingwood long into attack. Moore pushes his man in the back. Not paid by umpire Robinson on the spot. Run through for yet another behind. Robinson, I don't know whether he doesn't see them or he decides not to pay those pushes, but he lets too many of them get away.
There was no doubt in the world about that push, and that was a crucial one. Oh, a bad miss that time by Scanlon.
To look at the teams from 5th to 10th inclusive and only one game separating them. So what a competition we have at the moment in VFL football. Now let's have a look at some of the highlights that we haven't seen from the 3 games.
Carroll, Ablett, Atkinson. Hurried kick. Kick! Oh, that wasn't a bad mark.
Not sure for Collingwood. And Vanessa wasn't ready for it. Or was it Shaw's wild handball? It must have been wild. Oh, great bump there. Oh, Lee Matthews just lifted Max Richardson right off the ground. And
He's got Brayshaw clear. That's his target. He'll go on with it. Looking for Peter Moore. Now he's having a shot for goal, and he's kicked it. What a great goal.
Against Hawthorn to Ireland. Barham's been quiet. Down to Richardson, who switched direction the last moment and fumbled it and lost it. Having a bad day today, Richardson. Down to centre half forward to Derek Shaw. A good pick up there by Collingwood, and Shaw races in for his 4th goal. His 3rd for the quarter.
Had a kickless first quarter. In danger against Martello. Ricky Barham's free kick. Well, that's great communication between umpire and player. Well done. There should be more of it. Other umpires should take note of that. Hawthorn 45, Collingwood 40. Collingwood's left forward pocket. Moore down to Goss. Oh, no one there at all, anywhere near him. We'll go for Rollings. Barham's not far away. Oh, running the wrong way. Atkinson, oh, nicely stolen, lines up in the forward pocket, and that's got to be close to the goal of the day.
What a great match this has become. Only 3 points in it. Rollings. It's Collingwood in front. Rollings, wrong boots to Scott. Scott's been a wonderful trier. Down to Matthews, and Thompson's there. Matthews, Thompson.
Really felt that one. And I guess you'd feel one any time if you're running into it and your head gets jerked back. This is his 3rd kick.
South Melbourne doctor out there.
Yes, he really felt that one. There's Gary Bryce with the ball. Bernie Evans now with it. And a hungry group of players around him in case he chooses to hand pass because he's not feeling well.
The umpire and the doctor are having words. How dare the umpire order the doctor off the ground? Is he a medical man?
Depends whether the doctor has told the umpire something too, I guess.
I think he's got every right to.
No, I mean whether he...
The player's safety is more important than anything else.
Underneath it all, Ricky Quay, as he so often is, underneath it all, battling Big leap by Gull unsuccessfully. Keys' hands it came off. Hounsell shoots for an open goal and does not miss.
Cool down, son. You beat him. Mr. Teasdale wants to join the fun. Now, Mr. Alexander is not right. He's given Murphy a couple of dust-ups. All left and right to the jaw, if you don't mind. Stewie Gull's there. He's sorting one or two out. Evans is there. He's sorted one or two out. Larry Madison, the Fitzroy trainer, is in there. What's he doing there? Get him out of it. There could be a few Monday nights out of that lot.
Out to McCarthy. McCarthy steadies for goal. A good-looking kick just misses. It was through. Well.
How would you like some pictorial evidence on that one? It never looked like a goal. It was never a goal.
And neither of the umpires in any position to give a free kick if there were one there. Madden. Good bounce, Jones this time. A nice tap over the back. Towns to barrel it off the ground looking for Jones, for Brown. Brown to Buckley. Buckley going past to McClure's beautiful football and a goal to Carlton. Jesaulenko in front. Pulls a nice one in. Centre wing, outer side of the ground. I think Tim Watson will want to play too much behind Jesaulenko. To centre half forward. Again, the big pack of players. Towns comes out, gets it to Buckley. Buckley to Pickett going past. Pickett straightens up with the left foot, bangs it for goal, and he's popped it through again. His second goal. Fletcher across to this side of the ground to Jesaulenko. A nice defensive mark.
Jesaulenko 20 metres behind the centre circle towards centre half forward. McClure's there and paid them up.
Hasn't came unstuck. Picked up by Carl. Booted back in towards Jones and Crow flies.
Towards centre wing. Danaher comes streaming down the ground and takes a good mark. He's in everything in this quarter. Over the top to Primmer. Primmer the short pass. What a beauty! Burdett. Essendon trail by 20 points at quarter time. Now within a kick. Big punch upfield by Danaher to Vanderhaar. The handball went over the head of Robbins to Towns. Out wide to half forward for McClure. Good lead and great mark.
At Towns. Towns to the leading Sheldon. Sheldon picks it up and hooks it back into towards the Scanlon goal. And kicks a goal. His third. Jones to McClure, on to Towns. Towns still going. McConville got in his way. Keogh to Ashman again. Ashman a hand pass to Galt. This is another goal. Oh, you donkey! Well, how about that? That was the worst and most pathetic effort I think I've ever seen by anybody whose team needed a goal.
Well, our marks of the day usually feature either the big men or the really big leapers, and this week we're pleased to give the little man a go. Have a look at this one by South Melbourne's Bernie Evans.
Tomorrow back to Evans has got Hounsell has got some value. Hounsell downfield, in front, should have been marked. Here comes Morrison, out to Round. Round downfield, underneath at Evans. Good mark. A magnificent mark by little Evans.
Almost went on and made it a rugby try over the line.
He could have almost. He was propelled in the air in rugby tackle fashion as he hurled himself out to take that mark, running with the flight of the ball. And really, he made that last extra few inches to take an excellent mark.
By another South Melbourne player, Michael Smith. But before we go, have a look in the closing titles for the antics of Peter Jones. What would football be without him?
Could go awfully close from there. Scott distance. Fitzroy claiming the mark on the ground in the square. Smith over his shoulder.
and plucked in nicely by Satori, who's done well on his wing. He kicks it towards side bottom, who should run straight through Jenkinson towards Young. This must be a goal for St Kilda. Bartlett with the hands out, you can always see that. Into the goal square. Lachlan set the mark, but done in front. Well done, as a matter of fact. Not too well done with a boot. Rains coming through and caught. Lachlan hooks for a goal.
Hits the back of the pack. Jelly the handball to Stevens. Short of centre half forward. Barker at the back. Tried to steal it. He didn't get first touch. And gets a high tackle. Out of bounds. Again, that was Mark Lee. Here he is again against side bottom. To the back. Strawn. Bad kick. Oh, luck's a fortune to McMillan. Waitman. He's still 40 metres out and would battle to score. But look at Cloak getting free. Here's a goal.
Rains fakes the hand pass and comes back in centre towards Kane. With the back done. He's been quite a good defender. And to the kneeling Jelly. In turn, across into the centre to side bottom. Quickly to Dittrich with a very suspicious hand pass. Beautifully to Stevens. Stevens on towards Saru from Tempany. Coming over there as Lofts. Knocked along the ground. The ball free. Lofts again to Bond. Over the line and out of bounds.
Burke. Strawn. Half distance kick. Side bottom meeting the ball. Oh, well played. Green for St Kilda. Good pick up and spin. Colling gets it to Barker. The pass to Young.
Big pack of players. Comes out to Naylor. Back to in the direction of Barker. Nicely by Kane on to Monteith. Monteith in the Jess Green direction. A beautiful mark to Jess.
Morris into the centre. The kick. Kick for kick at the moment as Collingwood coming to attack once more. Shaw couldn't mark it. Good play, Barham. A chance to score. Their first. Goal. This is Ray Shaw. Steadies his shot for goal. Oh, but it's 3 South Melbourne to 1 Collingwood. Oh, good mark, Teasdale.
Barry Rounds up there. Down to Young. Second kick and it's a goal.
Handball to Boone running back and across to Barham. 40 metres out, having to hook that one, and he did hook it too far. South Melbourne in command at the moment. No, it's Collingwood back in a chance, and Ray Shaw, and it's a goal.
Will drive the Magpies deep into attack. Moore the chance. And he'll kick the ball long for the Magpies. A great mark by Manasseh.
Chance for Boys. Castle on the ground pushed. Polkinghorne. Martello. Anybody. Russo. Pots away for goal. There's young Russo, and he's put it through. What a great goal for the youngster.
You can see there that O'Halloran right on the edge of the square. Not quite up to centre half forward. A big strong lad. He's got the aid of a breeze. Let's see what he's going to do with it. He's going to have a shot for goal. What's it like? It's right through the middle, is it? Yes. Martello a little slow. Ick was there by himself, wanting the handball, but he's going to kick it long. Gets the lead from Melrose. But it's to centre half forward. Polkinghorne. Casson fists it away. DeWald wants to go for a run to keep warm. That's dangerous. Back to Kelvin Moore. Chance now for Croswell. Back to Casson. Here's a chance for North Melbourne. Swings it in. And it's through.
There's a chance for Barney Rubble. Moore. Close attendance. Look at the way he's bent over, playing the ball down in front of him. Oops. That wasn't too clever. Finally, Law. Finally, Rawlings. Finally, Payton. Snaffled in the goal square by Greg. North Melbourne love their champion. Not a long kick for the big man there. Greg flies from behind. Oh, splendid mark, Keith Greg. On centre half forward there. Sticks his boot into the ball. North Melbourne have the defenders off the hands there. Big chance for Martello. Can he screw? He does screw, and it's a good mark. King, well done. Nobody at home there for North Melbourne. John Casson, sixth kick, centres the ball. Knocked away, Knights plays it cleverly. Ball sells the dummy and races downfield. Blonde hair flying in the breeze. Towards half forward. Awkward bounce. Hawthorn. And a certain goal coming in. Oh, it's gone offline. Yes, a behind. How about that? A gust of breeze.
Kick just short of the centre. Dittrich a fumble. Chance for Satori with Rains. And now Sheedy loses control of it. Here's O'Keefe, who came on at quarter time to replace Roberts. O'Keefe centres the ball, but Malthouse is there. Side bottom as well. Oh, how's that for a mark? Gary Sidebottom right in front. He was outnumbered 2-1. He got the first touch. And as he was lying on his back, the ball came back to him to make it a mark right in front.
It's 46. Glendinning gets the lead from Jarrett. He's by himself. Coming in after him is Goss, but Jarrett's got plenty of time to have a bounce. Comes up onto the half-back flank. Nobody within Curry. Goss, not much pace. There's the kick. Will the good work be undone? Knights the fist. Melrose gets round McCarthy. Can have a shot for goal. It'll be a magnificent goal. It was through.
It is.
Yes! Great goal, Melrose.
Of the three games.
Left half forward position on the outer side. Kink and Nolan. Nolan gets it. Melrose skids to the ground. Going past Thompson, all over the top of Bridus. McCormick up towards Carmen.
Nettlefold to centre half forward. Blight and Stewart. Pushed by Blight.
They're missing the odd one today.
High kick by McCann. Blight and Stewart once again. Punch by Stewart. Picking a bit slow. Caught by Nettlefold. Upfield to Magro. Short pass is a good one. And that finds the new boy Carlson. Kicked a goal in his first kick in league football and played well then to get it to Kink. Centre half forward. Long kick by Kink is way offline.
Puts the ball down. He'll be aided and abetted by Ray Shaw. Boots up towards Rea. Oh, lovely mark by Glendinning. Since Carmen came alive in the start of the game, Glendinning has beaten him absolutely pointless. Comes straight down the centre of the ground. This is going to be Craig Stewart with strength. On to Ryan Richardson, quickly boot to ball. It's all North Melbourne, and Ramsey in front. Oh, misses what he should have taken there, but it's got away by Henshaw. Knocked on by Greg to Nettlefold. Nettlefold stabs looking for Jarrett. Jarrett to Melrose. Melrose straightens up and boots towards goal, and this will be through. A goal to Melrose.
Melrose with Manasseh. Goodbye. Kick by Melrose to the goal square. Jarrett outnumbered 2-1. And the punch by Stewart, still not out. Jarrett again. Sweeping handball to the goal square and good. He breaks clear, shoots for goal. Oh, what a goal. 30 metres from goal. Oh, a big leap by Good. What a good mark.
Bounced and hit McMahon in the wrong spot. Brown tries to slam it up towards the half-forward line. Grabbed quickly by Quinlan. Oh, and it bounced through. The goal.
Umpire fellows, Alexander and Murray. Murray from the left of your screen, there he is now. Alexander palms it behind, but to nobody really except Wallace. Gets a call from Knights, who was tackled a bit high. Wilson just scrubs the ball out to McMahon. On the walls, out towards Brown. This looks like another Fitzroy goal coming up. It is. They're full. Allen at centre half back will mark and save time for Fitzroy.
That left foot kick of Allen's floating down towards the wing to Wilson, and he gives it nicely to Irwin. On his wrong foot, looks for McMahon, putting it in front of McMahon because he's a ball getter. Oh, good play, Fitzroy. The handball's good. Wilson quickly across to Irwin. Irwin running into an open goal if he can kick long enough. Quinlan's in that pack. Quinlan takes it off the pack and just blasts it straight through. They know what it's all about in the small man game that can win games. Out looking for McMahon.
Oh, good mark.
Good mark, McMahon.
Looking for Alexander. Smith is there, so plenty of marking power. On the other hand, Murray and Martello. No one gets it. Down to Conlon. Oh, he doesn't want to run too far. He's got a couple of hairs with Ablett and those fellows after him. Down to Walls. Gets out of Tuck's grasp just. On to Conlon, this good play. In towards Beecroft. He leads. And he's got it. Laurie a fair way out. It's going to be close. Behind Walls. Outer side wing. He came on to replace Divia Domenico halfway through the second quarter. Tuck. Well, they're all there. There's a million of them. O'Halloran fires and dribbles it through. It's a goal.
Across towards Peter Brown. He's caught, but McMahon waits for the loose ball to come to him very coolly. Oh, a tackle at the last minute from Murray. He deflected that kick out of play on the full. But the free kick comes back to McMahon, is it? No, it doesn't. It shouldn't. Went out on the full.
Well, if the ball was smothered off the boot, it's got to be touched, isn't it? It's got to be touched. It's been smothered off the boot. We might have a look at that in our program tonight if we can mark it on the sheet.
Conference here between the two umpires. Well,
to the full forward zone. Nice spoil once again by O'Neill. Cottagio breaks away, shoots for goal, steadies and did it very nicely. That was class football by Little Vincent. Fitzpatrick back towards Armstrong, all the way going South Melbourne's way. Kick off the ground by Evans, kick off the ground by Hoffman, and it is through. Back to Austin, across to Ashman. Oh, so a good tackle, Hoffman, still Ashman with it. Back towards, it's a goal. Oh, it's a freak snap for goal. Out to Browning while play goes on. Browning down towards that full forward zone. Fitzpatrick and Jones in front position. Round the late leaper from behind. Left foot snap, round puts it through again. A very fine hand pass that time from Robert Dean. On Teesdale half-back flank. Looks downfield for the lead, and here comes Peter Jones to take it away from them. Well played, Jones. Jones boots the Blues back into attack, and Jackson and McClure. McClure! The long arms and the great judgment.
Oh, he was up and down before the ball arrived, but still had the presence.
And Ross Glendinning has proved what a champion he is in his first season in Melbourne. He had Phil Carman taken off and also beat Bill Picken and Rene Kink. He took the mark of the day over Carman.
He's kicked to centre wing. Ruckman there. Comes off hands to Kink. Sweeping handball to Barham. Barham inboard. Carman is there with Glendinning. Oh! Glendinning has marked from behind 3 times in this quarter. 5th mark for the match. And he's got a pretty tough opponent to beat.
And after Carman's opened up so well, Glendinning has really taken all the points.
And next Firstly, Carlton playing football in the goal of the day, and this great passage of play resulting in the goal of the day to Rover Vincatoggio.
Armstrong. Collins. Keogh to kick for goal. No, Catoggio. Beautiful wrong footing.
Well, let's see what comes of it anyway. Will they get a goal out of it? Bede will get a free kick for a front-on tackle by Irwin. And 15 metres. Irwin can see the clock on 30 minutes in this quarter. Hello. That's not very friendly. The Hawthorn runner's got the ball. He's going to have a bit of a fight with McMahon if he doesn't watch out. And Hawthorn runner's got absolutely...
they had earlier in the season. And now we have more top action football for you in these highlights of the three games.
Any infringement. Booted it into the full forward position. The punch from Burke. But no. The mark to Van der Haar. Robbins has got no one, so he kicks it long. Crow. Oh, lovely mark. Just shows that numbers work magic.
Walsh hasn't got the distance. Crow, yes! Richmond 64, Essendon 37. Kick by Pisanko, 25 metres from goal. Van der Haar, great mark!
There's a couple of bounces and boots it towards Robin close. From the back, Malthouse.
Still with Dale Waitman, and still. Oh, well played Waitman to Jess. Brilliant goal. No mark paid. Carla snap for goal. Is close. Still with Paul Van der Haar, now loses control of it. Malthouse to get another kick. Inside half forward. Scanlon for Essendon. One hand of the ball was Cloak. Davidson at the back, slips it to Bartlett, and the best man on the ground will kick another goal. Essendon in attack. Crow, clean possession, snap for goal. Is a great goal. Good handball to Burdett. Oh, it tapped it straight into the hands of Tempany. To forward pocket, close to the boundary line. Kane, he's kicked a goal already. Mervyn Kane gets clear. Jess, unmarked in the forward pocket. Bang!
A little short one into Danaher, who misses it, but it goes to Van der Haar, who's having all sorts of trouble in picking it up. Finally to Burdett. Burdett to Primer. Primer on to Walsh. Walsh on to Crow, who misses it. Crow to Davis, and Davis a goal.
Jim Jess off the side of the boot, forward pocket. Torbett for Essendon. Oh, loses it. Bartlett, a goal.
That's DeWald with a punch. Towns another punch, finds Keogh, good play. Keogh gets the call from Catoggio, 2.5 forward. The little fellow breaks away. An open goal is his aim. Good play, Catoggio. Went past Dool and he grabbed hold of Hendry when he didn't have it. Hendry bounces up quickly to Polkinghorne. Quickly towards Wallace. Wallace too far out to score. Up towards Scott and Co. Matthews
His third goal in the first quarter. He goes Armstrong, picked it up well, down towards Doull on the forward line, and juggling Mark de Bruce Doull, giving McClure a chance to take it. This is McCarthy, picked up his game in this last quarter, but Katocha, beautiful back step, and he picks out Keogh. Keogh can't get there quickly enough. McClure, good shepherding. Keogh dangerously angled.
Yep. Half-back flank. Galt. Tap on, nice play. Polkinghorne down to Doull, which is dangerous. As quick as you like across to Armstrong, and it's a Carlton goal.
Another great wheel in the centre. Finds Katocha. He breaks loose for the second time. The kick is clipped. Ashman over his shoulder, and it's a goal.
We've played 9 minutes and there's only been a behind scored. The kick by Brown, looking for Alexander. Thompson over the top, takes a good mark. Judged it well. Looks for more. Hanson in front to Merrigan. Merrigan leads for the Lions, but Barham's got a chance. Oh, tremendous mark. My word, he threw himself at that.
Laurie's in front position nicely. Chance now for Wilson. Great hand pass. Now it goes to Conlon. Conlon shoots and puts it through.
Two drives, Fitzroy back into attack. The centre half forward. McMahon, great mark.
Max Richardson's with it. Out nicely and hand passed, and here's another chance for Shaw. Shaw has plenty of time to steady and sends it down in the Peter Moore direction. Moore a big leap from behind. Staying down was Brown. He's in a lot of trouble. That's Brian Brown, tackled, picked up once again, and here's a chance for Barham.
Carlson.
Carlson it is with his left foot. And a very good clever play. Very clever play. Kink again over his head. Merrigan really finely. Morris dives on it with Walls. Picked up by McMahon. Decides he'll give it across to Gary Wilson. Wilson never fumbles. Short passes beautifully. And a lovely tumbling dive by Laurie once again.
Good play again by Morris. Oh, he cleverly gets it out, but it's sharked by Wilson, who's dispossessed by Atkinson. Atkinson under pressure. Max Richardson, good strong mark to Byrne, and the Magpies are away again. Byrne further afield looking for Stewart and Moore. Moore has been paid. Mark to Moore. He's got the free kick for the Magpies, wide of the centre. Carter is there on Moore. Moore too tall. Great mark. The drive, Fitzroy back into attack. Leaping as Walls, but he's behind. There's the strong hands of Peckin in front to take an excellent mark.
The leading goal kickers with 5 rounds to go before the competition's best exponents of the skills of marking, Hawthorn's Peter Knights.
Oh, good knockout there, Hawthorn. Now towards Polkinghorne. Oh, good pick-up too by Polkinghorne. Trouble now. Here he goes. Long kick towards Peter Knights and Mackay. Knights in... Oh, great stuff. What a classic mark for Peter Knights. Isn't he good?
The blonde at his very best. Hand passed. But firstly, the goal of the day, and it was kicked by Collingwood's fiery and busy rover, Ray Shaw.
Play. Manassa away for the Magpies. Moore and Hanson. Moore from behind. Not good enough. Chance here for Shaw. Brian Brown is there. Dribbled through cleverly by Shaw. Beautiful goal. Quick thinking. And the Magpies looking good.
Smith. Thank you, says Kink. Goal. Fumble, and Kink comes in and kicks his second.
Lee crossing the Davidson direction. It's punched from behind, goes to Burdett. Burdett in turn across to Carl. Carl running towards the ball, knocks it well to Marsh. Marsh goes on and kicks it up in the air. There's Sheedy going after the ball and knocks it well away. Kevin Sheedy, tons of experience, looking inboard for Leeds. There's Cloak. Monteith knocks it past Watson. On to Parks. Oh, Parks tackled beautifully when not in possession, will take a free kick. Away he goes. He's been brought back. By John Sutcliffe standing on the mark. He says to Parks, let's take it back behind the mark before you run away, son.
Get it out, get themselves out of this. Sheedy the handball upfield. Rains leaves it for Scrimshaw at centre wing. A long kick to half forward. Cloak at the back. Talbot almost in front. Watson for Essendon. Oh, bit from the face to Cloak. And a free kick to Watson.
Well, we've seen him over the last couple of weeks, Drew, and he gets it in towards Waitman. Oh, barging through there. Comes to Burdett. Burdett back to Robbins with strength. Gets away from Monteith. Oh, a high tackle on Malthouse. Carl's in there and a little bit upset with the proceedings. And a 15-metre penalty. And down he goes again from a push behind. He doesn't get anything.
Line is danger.
Trip to Close.
Sheedy. Close goes in to grab him. Sheedy still not away yet. The ball out of bounds. Free kick to Close for a deliberate out of bounds by Sheedy.
Did you see Sheedy pointing to the back of his neck asking for a free kick?
Kevin Sheedy was just far too slow then. And Carl has been taken off to be replaced by Hawker. It was a shocking pass by Carl when he had Walsh unattended. Now Robin Close on the boundary line in the left forward pocket. Essendon down by 4 goals at the 16-minute mark, third quarter. Oh, and that doesn't help. Out of bounds on the full. Unattended. Now Robin Close on the boundary line in the left forward pocket. Essendon down by 4 goals at the 16-minute mark, third quarter. Oh, and that doesn't help. Out of bounds on the full.
There's Sheedy in place. That's a nice little picture of the pair of them. The ball comes to ground. Waiting at...
Dropping short, forward pocket, Waitman. Got an awkward half volley. Still with Dale Waitman. And still. Oh, well played, Waitman to Jess. Brilliant goal. Jim Jess's 4th goal. 95% of it to little Dale Waitman.
Should have hand passed to Davis. It was just selfish football. Inexcusable. Lee. And he and Mark Lee and Marsh, not the best of friends at the moment. Lee to the leading Burke. Burke bobbles it. To Sheedy, old mates. Cloak shepherding before the ball got there to Bartlett. Bartlett should have given it to Jess, but he didn't need to. He kicked a goal. It's going to drop short over the head of Matthews. Payton to Matthews is beautiful football. Matthews streams in, looking for Moncrief and Spets, but it's over their head and it's a goal. Lead the hand pass to Polkinghorne, the hand pass to Moore. Comes back to Kelly of Footscray. Kelly, the little stab pass, nicely to Dunstan, and Dunstan off. Sells the dummy. Hooks around with the left foot into the goal square. Jennings! It's just a scrambler play in the centre. Hampshire feeds it out to Stoneham, who in turn gets it to Lowe. Lowe looking for Templeton, boots it over his head. This could be close if it's got the legs. It bounces through.
Hampshire's there on his own. Morrison. Better kick by Morrison. Templeton's had only one touch. Good mark!
Looking for the Templeton lead. In front of beautiful mark, Kelvin Templeton. Foreman looking for the Templeton lead from a long way out, but boots it straight to the wall. He gets an attack at the fumbles. Goes on to McCarthy, who handballs in turn to Whitten, back to Hampshire, back to Foreman. Foreman straightens up and boots for goal and puts it through. Good football, Footscray. The free goes to Scott. Well, it is Don Scott's birthday. Never had so many free kicks in his career.
Scott almost reaches the centre. Oh, Welsh, a one-hander.
Polkinghorne straight on towards Goss. Goss claims it to Payton. Payton, oh, lovely tackle, Terry Wheeler. And Payton wants to go on with the business. Moncrief says, get out of it. Jennings runs around Moncrief and centres to Di Natale. Di Natale on to Dunstan. In front, Templeton, the mark. Abbey back to Dunstan. Dunstan, the long bomb. Jennings behind. Knights in front. The ball clear. And Knights has collapsed in the goal square.
Peter Knights was out on his feet. He just tumbled over like a big oak tree.
Look at that. That's a graphic picture of Peter Knights, who is in all sorts of trouble. He's really collapsed. There's the doctor. Where is the doctor? Well, this is a distressing sight, isn't it? One of Australia's greatest footballers, and he's still struggling to get to his feet and get onto the ground.
10th kick to McLeish. Now towards Teasdale. He's making way for Gull. Gull picks up, fires, and he's put it through. That's a goal for South Melbourne.
South Melbourne with their handball going to attack it. It's Evans with the ball now. He gets the call quickly from Morwood. Morwood taps it on towards Hounsell. Clever South Melbourne rover. Beautiful goal.
Kick number 10 to David Cloak at centre half back. Out to Waitman, but Bryce is closing in. Oh, nicely done, Waitman. Jess is in the pocket by himself. He'll draw him out, yes. Ends up with Jess across the bar. Back to Waitman. Waitman to over goal to Barn. He'll turn around and double. Great stuff. But certainly an easy one for Neil Barn, who's a fair way out, but he's a big kick. Out towards Cloak, who's behind the pack. The man in front was O'Neill with a clever mark. To Kane. Kane up towards Cloak. He'll be the only flyer for Richmond, but Young came in nicely.
Might be. 5 kicks so far to Max James. Up the full forward. Burke, of course, the punch. Hoffman in front. Very good game from Hoffman. Spins around to open up the angle. Shoots for goal. The wind's got it, bringing it in. Great goal, Steve Hoffman.
Gull. Monteith a free kick? No. Gee, they're going in hard, aren't they? Hoffman out to Morwood. Fires away and he slams it through.
Straight across towards Cloak, who's leading. Palmed it down to a smaller player. Good play by Waitman to Jess in the goal square, and that's good night.
Thompson and Jones contest again. Jones down, Perry's got it. Perry down to the centre of the ground where Rodney Galt's got the run and does it beautifully. Hand passes to the captain coach. He steadies and sends a magnificent kick downfield. McConville. Kevin Morris. Worthington and Mackay. Worthington chooses to punch. It's nicely intercepted by Austin. Over to Keogh. To Catoggio. Catoggio will get gathered in, but he gets away nicely. And here comes Galt. Nicely spoiled by Perry. Picked up by McConville. tackled when not in possession, still got the chance. Well played, McConville. Plays on very well.
Barham's got pace to gather him in. Good play, Barham. Morris intercepts. He's away. 2 bounces. 3. Will he have a 4th? A 5th? He's run right up the centre half forward. His kick is offline. To drive the ball back into attack for Carlton. They're squandering chances. Jones is underneath it. McConville is up. McConville, what a superb mark. He came from behind. Beautiful leap.
Hand pass comes out. Chance for Wearmouth. Brilliantly taken away by Ashman. Kick number 14 and intercepted by Barham. Shot for goal and puts it through.
Collins. Oh, it's a ball burster. The centre half forward. They all went up. None down. Fitzpatrick stayed down and could pop it through. He has popped it through. The Blues lead by 27 points.
Clear lead in the goal kick list. Well, the Carlton-Collingwood game had some wonderful highlights, and that's where we get our mark of the day, taken by Collingwood's Peter Moore.
The wing and half forward, he plays on. Fitzpatrick is back there to Southby, but what a great leap by Moore. Brings the crowd to its feet, and Moore climbing up over the top of Fitzpatrick to mark in the forward pocket, as Southby says to umpire Nash, bring him round.
He's certainly back in form, Peter Moore. Next week's matches and the game of the round should be the game between Hawthorn and Richmond, if they lose it, could go out of the 5 with the challengers breathing down their necks. Fitzroy and Carlton at VFL Park. Well, Carlton won the first round game by only 2 points. Another good one is Collingwood and Footscray, and Collingwood won the first round game by only 4 points. And St Kilda and South, it's a vital game for both of them, just out of the 5. South Melbourne won in the first round by 99 points. I wonder if it'll be the same the second time around. That's just about all we have for you this week. We hope you've enjoyed the program and will join us again next week for more VFL action in the winners. We leave you with that wonderful moment at Princes Park with the 2 main characters, Len Thompson and Peter Jones. But firstly, the goal of the day, and it nearly went to Ricky Barham for that wonderful interception and the run into an open goal, but we couldn't go past a centre-half back sinking a long bomb which sealed the game. South's Francis Jackson.
Court a free kick given. O'Neill out to Jackson, the centre half back. He has a long shot for goal. It's curving back. It's a goal. It's in.
This bloke I saw in the reserves about 8 weeks ago, and he couldn't get a kick in the seconds.
He's done well, hasn't he?
And he's starring. Yeah, saw that. Thank you, Jack. You're not getting your money under false pretenses after all. And the thing with Tomo, when Tomo put him down, it was great, wasn't it? Player Island, Doug, isn't he?
Yes. Nice long kick to when he finishes off, doesn't he? He's had his hands full today, though.
Yeah, Stewart, centre half forward. Boundary umpires to the point of the square.
And now to more football in the 3 games in these further highlights.
Short of the centre, Callery. Good mark. Quaid had his name all over that until Callery came late. Forward pocket, Saru.
Just a bad thrower, that's all. Comes to Hunt. Gets clear somehow with strength. On to Lofts. Lofts straightens up and stabs towards Saru. And Saru goals.
South Melbourne haven't scored a goal yet. 3 behind. Quaid slips as he kicks. Oh, good mark. Barry round.
Lofts is in there. Hooks back with the left foot and puts it through for a goal. What a beauty!
Over his head, at the back, unmarked is Evans. He lines up, and he's missed again. Bernie Evans has kicked 4 behinds, and they could all have been goals.
We'll give you an idea of the conditions here at Moorabbin. A very nice Melbourne winter's day. Evans skids through the water. Pulls out the flippers, and unfortunately forgets to tumble turn as the ball goes over the line and out of bounds.
Good kick by Elliott to half forward. Hunt is there, and in front Round.
Boots it down to the goal square. Big pack of players and a delightful mark by Barry Round. Elliott forced to kick with his left foot towards Hunt. Hunt pushing and marking one hand.
Kick by Gull, not a bad one with a heavy ball. James is there, and Breen! What a mark!
He goes across towards McLeish, who's been, I would think, South's best player. Said that previously, have to repeat it because he's been one of their only good players. Into the centre of the ground, Dietrich arrives on the scene. He's been just about the best man on the ground.
Picked up by Durham, a long kick by Barham up towards Carman. Tried to punch the ball away from Reid. Oh, Wheeler going through the pack beautifully, being tackled by Carman, loses possession. He runs into Berg and he gets a half-distance kick. Worthington, he's in trouble. Gets the handball away. There's Barham off the ground. Schmetz pounces on the ball. Being tackled by King. Yes, he's tackled by King. In comes Stoneham, a hand pass across to Dunstan and puts Gray under a lot of pressure at the moment. From centre half back he goes, up towards Di Natale. He takes the mark. Handball to Carlson. He wheels onto his left boot. Sees Carman, fires straight at his chest and finds him. He centres it. Big Welsh is down there, so is Thompson. Oh, Welsh going to fly, but in the front of the ball was Picken, who's been in great touch in this match. Great pair of hands, Billy Picken. Fourth mark. Bouncing at centre-half forward. Abbey could be retarded. Goes through the pack. A short kick again towards Welsh. The man in front is Picken once again. Perry to Max Richardson. Oh, good mark by John Reid. Looking for Dunstan. Whitcroft there, so is Carlson. Dunstan for sheer strength breaks clear. Out to Jennings. Abbey, oh, they're combining. They're doing it extremely well. Wheeler to Whit. Gets out of trouble nicely on. Goes back inboard. Looks for Templeton and finds him.
Across to Shaw. Shaw, nice pass, but Smets came in almost on the half volley, but he was off balance and a desperate attempt by Picken, who ran right into Dunstan's knee then and hurt himself. Hurt his pride more than Welsh into the centre to Jennings, puts way on the move. A good tackle there by King, puts Jennings right out of business, and Picken and Dunstan are having a nice old bump.
Play on. Drives the ball in towards centre half forward. Moncrief a long way out from goal and Jenkinson over their head. Chance here for Goss. Goss now with a hand pass. Ablett will run in and shoot for goal. Using his blistering pace, he runs in and put it through! Towards Jess, who's in front of McCarthy. Can he control the football? He does. Runs in towards Polkinghorne, shows his confidence, has a bounce, straightens up at centre half forward, fires at goal and has put it through. Second goal to Jess.
We'll look for Mark Lee. Scott's with him all the way. Taken by Ablett. Ablett will shoot for goal. Very high, very long, and just made it. Gets through.
It'll be a free kick for out of bounds on the full to be taken by Bartlett. That must have come off a Hawthorn player's boot right on the boundary line. Bartlett's 20th kick back towards the wing. Scott up, fished the ball away to Russo. Russo cleverly back to Scott. Scott runs up to centre half forward, fires one in towards goal. What's he done? The skipper put it through. Great play by Scott. The Hawks leading by 69-42, 15 minutes into the third term. Cloak gets it down to Waitman. In towards full forward, Kelvin Moore couldn't hold the mark. Jess, you can put down your glasses. He's put it through.
Well, it was a hard day for overhead marking, but it certainly didn't worry Barry Breen. He took 5 marks in 1 quarter, and this defensive mark is our mark of the day.
At centre half forward. Max James now at full forward on Barry Breen. Kick by Gull. Not a bad one with a heavy ball. James is there and Breen! What a mark! That's about Barry Breen's seventh mark for the game. And you don't see too many overhead like that with the wet ball.
In by Bond nicely. He's run a ton. Gives it to Cunningham. Cunningham decides that this is football and not basketball. Lofts is in there, hooks back with the left foot and puts it through for a goal. What a beauty!
Dunstan call for that ball and take them away. A good player for Footscray in the 3 quarters so far. Going the long way around home, out to the wing. Oh, the man was running on, but it's
It's on. Into attack through George Brown. And a mark there by Templeton at the back of McCormick. He judged the flight of that ball beautifully, and he struggled all day, Templeton. He kicked the first score for Footscray in the first term, but has been struggling since, and he's scored at the moment is 1 goal, 3 and 1 out of bounds. Now this is his kick for his 100th goal. And that's it! The hero, the star, the Footscray champion, the only Footscray player to have kicked 100 goals in the history of the club, and it's happened in the third quarter. There's been some tense moments, and I suppose, Peter, that's justifiable, is it, where the kids in the hundreds are rushing onto the ground, and obviously the police and the VFL officials are allowing it to go on.
He's been a great player for Footscray, Jeff, over just a few seasons. He's an ornament to the game, a very fair player. He's a good mark. His ground play probably needs a little more improvement. He's a very long kick for goal, quite accurate, and certainly a tremendous footballer, and certainly a great asset to Victoria, to football here in Victoria. He's in there somewhere. There he is. You can see him right in the middle of our screen. Kelvin Templeton, the boy from the Trove Valley, suffered a bad injury in an interstate game last year, missed to about 8 or 9 games. He's bounced back this year, had a very big game against St Kilda, which we were privileged to see about 5 or 6 weeks ago when Footscray kicked that record score, and in doing so Templeton kicked 15 goals, 9 I think from memory, and he's certainly been a great player for Footscray. And really, the way Footscray are playing today, into the breeze in this third quarter, they're Collingwood really hopping on the run at the present time. Scoreboard reads, Collingwood 6 goals, 8, 44. They're trailing Footscray for about the first time today, 7 goals, 6, 48. So Collingwood kicked in the first quarter 6 goals, 4, and here we are now, 14 minutes in this third quarter, and their score has only advanced to 6 goals, 8.
Well, a very well-disciplined crowd. They've very orderly. They've gone back after being told through the PA system, and the few police, there's not very many of them, they've asked them to go back. But I guess that's good for football, to allow the kids to get over whilst the action is happening, whilst Kelvin Templeton did birth that 100 goals, that they're there and they're living the moment. That's tremendous.
Collingwood 6-8, 44, Footscray 7-6, 48. Footscray in front for the first time today, and Collingwood had...
To take a look at some fantastic action from the race for the premiership. After 17 rounds of football, the VFL ladder looked like this. Hawthorn and North Melbourne, coached by yours truly, sat 1 game clear of Collingwood at the top of the ladder, while Carlton and Richmond were rounding out the top 5. South Melbourne, Geelong and Essendon all a game and a half behind the Tigers, while Melbourne appeared to be all but certain to collect the wooden spoon. And so we look to round 18 of VFL action.
Matthews, Payton to Matthews, is beautiful football. Matthews streams in, looking for Moncrief and Spets, but it's over their head and it's a goal. Lead the hand pass to Polkinghorne.
4 weeks earlier, Hawthorn had been red-hot premiership favourites, sitting 2 games clear at the top of the table. But 3 losses in 4 matches had brought the Hawks back to the pack somewhat, and they went into their round 18 clash with the Doggies, desperate for a win.
Jennings! It's just a scrambler play in the centre. Hampshire feeds it out to Stoneham, who in turn gets it to Lowe. Lowe looking for Templeton, boots it over his head. This could be close if it's got the legs. It bounces through.
Hampshire's there on his own. Morrison. Better kick by Morrison. Templeton's had only 1 touch. Good mark!
Looking for the Templeton lead. In front of beautiful mark, Kelvin Templeton. Foreman looking for the Templeton lead from a long way out, but boots it straight to the wall. He gets an attack on the fumbles. Goes on to McCarthy, who handballs in turn to Whitten, back to Hampshire, back to Foreman. Foreman straightens up and boots for goal and puts it through. Good football, Footscray. The free goes to Scott. Well, it is Don Scott's birthday Never had so many free kicks in his career.
Scott almost reaches the centre. Oh, Welsh, a one-hander.
Polkinghorne straight on towards Goss. Goss claims it to Payton. Payton, oh, lovely tackle, Terry Wheeler. And Payton wants to go on with the business. Moncrief says, get out of it. Jennings runs around Moncrief and centres to Di Natale. Di Natale on to Dunstan. In front, Templeton, the mark. Abbey back to Dunstan. Dunstan, the long bomb. Jennings behind. Lights in front. The ball clear.
Hawthorn riding the bumps to escape the Western Oval with a hard-fought 6-point win that would see them retain top spot for at least another week.
Peter Knights was out on his feet. He just tumbled over like a big oak tree.
Look at that. That's a graphic picture of Peter Knights, who is in all sorts of trouble. He's really collapsed. There's the doctor. Where is the doctor? Well, this is a distressing sight, isn't it? One of Australia's greatest footballers, and he's still struggling to get to his feet and get onto the ground.
Gleish. Now towards Teasdale. He's making way for Gull. Gull picks up, fires, and he's put it through. It's a goal for South Melbourne.
South Melbourne's season was on the line as they faced Richmond at VFL Park. A win to the Swans would see them move within half a game of the fifth-place Tigers, while a loss would all but shatter their September dreams.
Beautiful goal.
Kick number 10 to David Cloke at centre half back. Out to Waitman, but Bryce is closing in. Oh, nicely done, Waitman. Jess is in the pocket by himself. He'll draw him out, yes. Ends up with Jess across the barn. Back to Waitman. Waitman to an open goal to barn. He'll turn around and double. Great stuff. But certainly an easy one for Neil Barn. He's a fair way out, but he's a big kick. Out towards Cloke, who's behind the pack. The man in front was O'Neill with a clever mark. To Kane. Kane up towards Cloke. He'll be the only flyer for Richmond, but Young came in nicely.
Straight across towards Cloke, who's leading. Palmed it down to a smaller player. Good play by Waitman to Jess in the goal square, and that's good night. Might be. 5 kicks so far to Max James. Up the full forward. Burke, of course, the punch. Hoffman in front. Very good game from Hoffman. Spins around to open up the angle. Shoots for goal. The wind's got it, bringing it in. Great goal, Steve Hoffman.
The Swans keeping their finals chances alive. 4 goals to 1 in the final term, giving them a crucial 23-point win.
They're going in hard, aren't they? Hoffman out to Morwood, fires away, and he slams it through. Caught Burke. No free kick given. O'Neill. Out to Jackson, the centre half back. He has a long shot for goal. It's curved and back. It's a goal. It's in.
The wing and half forward, he plays on. Fitzpatrick is back there to Southby, but what a great leap by Moore.
But the match of the day in round 18 saw more than 43,000 fans pack Princess Park to the rafters as arch rivals Carlton and Collingwood slugged it out for a spot in the top 3. And they were treated to some spectacular action.
The ground where Rodney Galt's got the run and does it beautifully. Hand passes to the captain coach. He steadies and sends a magnificent kick downfield. McConville. Kevin Morris. Worthington and Mackay. Worthington chooses to punch. It's nicely intercepted by Austin. Over to Keogh. To Catoggio. Catoggio will get gathered in, but he gets away nicely. And here comes Galt. Nicely spoiled by Perry. Picked up by McConville. Tackled when not in possession, still got the chance. Well played, McConville. Plays on very well.
Barnes got pace to gather him in. Good play, Barn. Morris intercepts. He's away. 2 bounces. 3. Will he have a 4th? A 5th? He's run right up the centre half forward. His kick is offline. To drive the ball back into attack for Carlton. They're squandering chances. Jones is underneath it. McConville is up. McConville, what a superb mark. He came from behind. Beautiful leap.
Hand pass comes out. Chance for Wearmouth. Brilliantly taken away by Ashman. Kick number 14. And intercepted by Barham. Shot for goal. And puts it through.
Collins.
Carlton with all the answers. the Blues leading at every change to register a convincing 41-point win and move past Collingwood into third spot on the VFL ladder.
He has popped it through. The Blues lead by 27 points.
Short of the centre.
Round 19 kicked off with a do-or-die clash between St Kilda and South Melbourne at a wet and wild Moorabbin. The Swans sat half a game outside the top 5, while the Saints were a full game out. So the consequences for the loser appeared to be severe.
Somehow with strength. And Loft straightens up and stabs towards Saru. And Saru goals.
South Melbourne haven't scored a goal yet. 3 behind. Quaid slips as he kicks. Oh, good mark. Barry round.
Lofts is in there. Hooks back with the left foot and puts it through for a goal. What a beauty.
Over his head, at the back, unmarked is Evans. He lines up, and he's missed again. Bernie Evans has kicked 4 behinds, and they could all have been goals.
We'll give you an idea of the conditions here at Moorabbin on a very nice Melbourne winter's day. Evans skids through the water. Pulls out the flippers, and unfortunately forgets to tumble turn as the ball goes over the line and out of bounds.
Good kick by Elliott to half forward. Hunt is there. And in front, Round.
Boots it down to the goal square. Big pack of players and a delightful mark by Barry Round. Elliott forced to kick with his left foot towards Hunt. Hunt pushing and marking one hand.
St Kilda continuing their impressive run, completely strangling South's attack in the horrendous conditions. The Swans managing just 3 goals for the afternoon as the Saints ran away to a 48-point win. Gary Lofts, the star, with 7 goals.
Into the centre of the ground. Dietrich arrives on the scene. He's been just about the best man on the ground.
Dunstan call for that ball.
Meanwhile, at Victoria Park, Collingwood were looking to bounce back into the race for the double chance as they hosted the Bulldogs, and plenty of interest surrounded whether spearhead Kelvin Templeton could boot his 100th goal for the season.
Into attack through George Brown. A mark there by Templeton at the back of McCormick. He judged the flight of that ball beautifully, and he struggled all day, Templeton. He kicked the first score for Footscray in the first term, but has been struggling since, and his score at the moment is 1 goal, 3 and 1 out of bounds. Now this is his kick for his 100th goal. And that's it! The hero, the star, the Footscray champion, the only Footscray player to have kicked 100 goals in the history of the club, but it's happened in the third quarter. And there's been some tense moments, and I suppose, Peter, that's justifiable, is it, where the kids in the hundreds are rushing onto the ground, and obviously the police and the VFL officials are allowing it to go on.
He's been a great player for Footscray, Jeff, over just a few seasons. He's an ornament to the game, a very fair player. He's a good mark. His ground play probably needs a little more improvement. He's a very long kick for goal, quite accurate, and certainly a tremendous footballer, and certainly a great asset to Victoria, to football here in Victoria. Picked up by Durham, a long kick by
The match itself was a pressure-packed struggle in challenging conditions, with just 1 point the difference at the last change.
Loses possession. He runs into Byrne, and he gets a half-distance kick. Worthington, he's in trouble. Gets the handball away. There's Barham off the ground. Schmetz pounces on the ball. Being tackled by King. Yes, he's tackled by King. In comes Stoneham, a hand pass across to Dunstan. And Footscray under a lot of pressure at the moment. From centre-half back he goes. Up towards Di Natale. He takes the mark. He centres it. Big Welsh is down there, so is Thompson. Oh, Welsh going to fly, but in the front of the ball was Picken, who's been in great touch in this match. Great pair of hands, Billy Picken. 4th mark. Bouncing at centre-half forward. Abbey could be retarded. Goes through the pack. A short kick again towards Welsh. The man in front is Picken once again. Perry to Max Richardson. Oh, good mark by John Reid. Looking for Dunstan. Whitcroft there, so is Carlson. Dunstan with sheer strength breaks clear. Out to Jennings. Abbey, oh, they're combining. They're doing it extremely well. Wheeler to Whitten. Gets out of trouble nicely on. Goes back inboard. Looks for Templeton and finds him.
4 goals to 2 in the final term, ensuring that Collingwood remained in the hunt for the double chance with a hard-fought 16-point win.
By Picken, who ran right into Dunstan's knee then and hurt himself.
Kirby's pride Walton. Welsh into the centre to Jennings, puts by on the move. A good tackle there by King, puts Jennings right out of business. And Pickett and Dunstan are having a nice old bump.
And ball to Carlson, he wheels onto his left boot, sees Carman, fires straight at his chest and finds him.
The Hawks leading by 69 to 42.
The stakes could barely have been higher as Hawthorn hosted Richmond at Princess Park. The Hawks needed a win to ensure they stayed level with the Roos at the top of the table, while a loss to the Tigers would see them crash out of the top 5.
Half forward, Moncrief a long way out from goal, and Jenkinson over their head. Chance here for Goss. Goss now with a hand pass. Ablett will run in and shoot for goal. Using his blistering pace, he runs in and put it through! Towards Jess, who's in front of McCarthy. Can he control the football? He does. Runs in towards Polkinghorne, shows his confidence, has a bounce, straightens up at centre half forward, fires at goal and has put it through. Second goal to Jess.
We'll look for Mark Lee. Scott's with him all the way. Taken by Ablett. Ablett will shoot for goal. Very high, very long, and just made it. It's through.
It'll be a free kick.
20 points up at the last change. Hawthorn clicked into overdrive in the final term, slamming on 6 goals to 1 to power away to an impressive 57-point win. Richmond now half a game outside the top 5 with 3 rounds remaining.
Scott runs up to centre half forward, fires one in towards goal. What's he done? The skipper put it through. Great play by Scott.
Cleverly it goes back to Bryce.
Round 20 kicked off with a crucial clash between South Melbourne and Geelong at the Lake Oval. The Swans a chance to steal the Cats' berth inside the top 5, while Geelong were gunning for their 3rd straight win.
Kicked off the ground by Evans. A goal. Clark with it. Broke away strongly. Johnny Newnham up. Great mark. Oh, that was a truly spectacular and great mark.
Absolutely quiet, Peter Morrison, today. Second touch, first kick. Oh, what a climb that one. Oh, what a beautiful mark by Max James. Doesn't he get airborne?
Oil in the centre of the ground. Down looking for Donahue, whose opponent is Scarlett. Could have been a free, and it's a mark. He completely outpointed Scarlett. Doyle, who's been a good centre man, is beautifully tackled. Hand pass goes across to Morrison. Morrison downfield. Oh, a bad miss by Malarkey. Picked up by Morwood to Evans again. A perfect hand pass and through for goal number 6. Coming away with it nicely is Bruce Nankervis. A long kick, a great kick, and rams it through. Picked up there very cleverly.
It turned out to be the 4th highest scoring match of all time, a 50-goal shootout, with Geelong leading at every change to ultimately prevail by 12 points. 26-11-167 to 24-11-155. Stuart Gull finishing with 8 goals for the Swans, while Larry Donahue booted 8 for the winners.
Magnificent player, a great hand pass to Sarah. Back it goes and steadying for goal. Sarah it was.
Well played Schimmelbusch to half forward. Nettlefold. Close to the line. Keeps it in. Brilliant football by Bill Nettlefold. He drives it forward. Bridus at the back. Great mark by Bridus.
The match of the day was at Arden Street, with 29,000 fans packed in to see league leaders North Melbourne host the 3rd place Carlton. The Roos were defending top spot, while the Blues could wrap up the double chance.
Runs around the tackle from Nettlefold with consummate ease, then runs around a tackle and runs again, gets a high one from Boys. On comes Keogh, gets it to Pickett. Carlton out of trouble, driven down towards Ramsey and over his head. Baker the big fist, it's all North Melbourne as Ramsey gets the crumbs in towards Melrose. Back to Ramsey. Ramsey straight down towards Jones. Bridus comes through, knocks it to Burns. Burns is caught. Here's Southby again.
Peter McConville has kicked 3 goals, 2 in this quarter. In the first quarter of an hour. Bad kick off the side of the boot. Galt is there. And he marks again.
In there, Schimmelbusch, he loses it. Keogh emerges. So does Cowton. Jesselenko knocks it away from Cowton. Picked up. Straight into Sheldon. There's a punch on behind the play between the 2-8s, Croswell and Keogh. But Melrose will gather in the crumbs nicely. Runs around Jones. Kicks it on towards Burns. Burns marks. Goes back inboard. No leads. He's caught. Gets free. Puts it on the ground, straightens up, shoots for goal, and coming across the goal, it's a goal! Good goal, John Burns. He's got plenty of skill, this kid. Boots it back into the centre. It's Noble Baker to claim it. Jezelenko will claim Baker. Coming through is Collins. Oh, gets a high tackle across the neck from Carlton. And play, instead of being allowed to go on, and Carlton giving them the advantage, brought back. Collins in towards centre-half forward. McClure! What beauty! Just into claim for Carlton. He spins back into the centre towards Armstrong. Traps it nicely. Boots it back. Yes, Carlton players converging from all angles. Oh, beautiful. Here's Contagio, can run right in. Can run right in. Shoot for goal. And bang it through. Just in the quick little chip on towards...
Carlton continuing to enhance their premiership prospects with a blistering opening half to lead by 52 points at the main break, before cruising to an extremely impressive 61-point win. Second last after round 6, they appointed superstar Alex Jezelenko as captain coach and began a stellar rise up the ladder.
Collins, a long-running kick to full forward. Ick taps down. Gold for Carlton. Whoa, straight through Payne he went. McClure in the forward pocket. The ball's still in play. Still in play, Sheldon. A goal! Fourth goal to Ken Sheldon.
And the Magpies certainly need another goal.
Meanwhile, Richmond's season was on the line as they hosted Collingwood at the MCG. The Tigers had lost their last 2 matches to tumble out of the top 5. Needed to get back on the winners list to keep their finals hopes alive.
Nearly half-time, McCormack. Big Moore and Picken. Lee, a bit of height there, almost a skyscraper. Manasseh. Kane, but sure in front out marking. That was well done. Max Richardson going past. 2-man duel, Thompson and Leach. Thompson!
The free kick going to Worthington. Now Worthington's 7th kick from almost the wing between there and the half-forward flank, looking for Peter Moore. But, oh, he's outnumbered. No, they got him sewn up. Richmond just knocked it away from him. Timpany across to Bartlett. Bartlett's getting all the hand passes today. And he looks for Jess. And Cloak and Jess. Yes. Yes, Jess.
46 points down at half-time. Collingwood looked gone for all money before they staged a remarkable comeback to boot 14 goals to 4 in the second half to score an amazing 14-point win. The Tigers all but gone in 1978. Now, a game and a half outside the top 5 with 2 rounds to play.
In a finals atmosphere with a big crowd to watch them and really coming home strong. Brayshaw with a long handball to Manasseh on the forward line. He tries for goal and it's there.
The match of the day in round 21 was at Cardinia Park, which was undergoing redevelopment with ongoing construction of the RJ Hickey stand. The Cats needed a win to ensure they retained their spot in the top 5, while a loss to the Hawks would crush their minor premiership hopes.
To Donahue, who would be in kicking distance for the Geelong full forward, who's in top form in recent weeks. But a straight kicker he is. And that's it. His first goal and the first goal of the match. Hendry flies up, knocks it down to Goss in front. Now it's Ablett. Hawthorn back into attack. The game's really come alive now in this first quarter. Hawkins with a nice mark. Goss in everything so far for Hawthorn. Down towards the full forward line. Hawkins. That's number 3, I think, to jumping Jack Hawkins. 15-minute mark, third quarter. Geelong are leading by 9 points. Ball Manson up high, but Matthews takes his knockout, puts it across towards a half-forward flank, and long-striding Preston runs into it. Good pick-up, Preston. Playing chock full of confidence on a long clearing kick to Newman. Sticky fingers, Newman. He's aiming for Moncrief and Polkinghorne as well, and also Scott. Polkinghorne easily. Good handball finds Ablett. Ablett to very he runs through 3 players, 3 opposition. Oh, it's like a stall gift. He's still going. Great play, Ablett, allowing for the breeze to bring that kick around and marking the teeth of goal by Preston.
13 points down at the last change. Hawthorn added 5 goals to 3 in the final term to prevail in a controversial finish by 2 points and secure the double chance.
Good man. It'll be Moore. Out looking for Knights, who's leading into the ball. Oh, great mark, Peter Knights.
Thompson gets the tap down to Tony Shaw.
Geelong's misfortune opened the gate for St Kilda to jump up into the top 5 if they could upset Collingwood at Victoria Park. The Saints went in full of confidence on the back of a 4-game winning streak, but history was against them, having won there only 5 times in 58 years.
Graham Bond scouting well. Plenty of pace still. Centre half forward. Bouncer leads all. Lofts the hand pass to Callery. Callery to full forward. Saru, your attempt for a second. It's been paid. Fisted down to Ray Shaw. The Magpies go back into attack. Picken. Oh, yes, a magnificent mark. He had the ride.
Half-back flank on the outer side is Phil Stevens, a long run. Down looking for Rex Hunt. Kink is with him and Kink got there first. Hunt was second bite at it. Kink follows on strongly. Well played, Renee Kink. Beautiful play, actually. He will have a shot for goal. Down it goes. Thompson. Oh, good play, side-bottom. Picked up by McCormack, been a brilliant fullback.
19 points up at half-time, Collingwood exploded after the main break, slamming on 9 goals to 2 in the third term to effectively end the contest. The Pies home by 40 points, and the Saints still half a game outside the top 5 with 1 round remaining.
Nicely picked up again by Oborn. Out to Bill Picken. Picken loves the attacking run. Down to centre half forward. Tony Shaw!
Because he didn't hang on to it.
Richmond had to beat the Lions at the Junction Oval to have any hope of making the finals. 3 straight losses had seen the Tigers fall from 5th to 7th, but Fitzroy weren't in the mood to cut them any slack.
Feeds a hand pass out to Irwin. Irwin straightens up and hooks back with a wind, and this is a beautiful goal! Into the centre. Tempany leaps from behind. Gathered nicely by Bottoms. Boots it down in the goal direction. Oh, delightful mark, Brian Brown. One-hander.
Austin at the back. Couldn't hold on to it. Fraser's in there. He gets it out. Chance for McMahon. Close to the line. A snap for goal. Is not a bad goal.
Brian Allen. There's a bad hand pass to Freem. Thompson gets it. Allen in the direction of Brown and McMahon. Is Brian Brown. He gives it on to McMahon, and McMahon can run a mile. Well, he can run half the length of the field if he wants to. But he can't bounce it, he can't claim it. He's been picked up, gets it to Irwin. Irwin speeds around the corner, over to Quinlan, and Quinlan marks deep in the right forward pocket. Bernie Quinlan's 10th kick. It's across the face of goal. Oh, big leaper was Merrigan. Here's Linton. Linton to Fraser. Fraser's 3rd. The scores are level. Leach kicks it on. This could be very dangerous. Linton on towards Fraser's 4th goal. And a dreadful blunder by the Richmond defenders yet again. That's the 3rd time they've boo-booed today. And
the spoil by Hummel. On 2 knees, handballs to no one. Well played Irwin again. Up towards the forward pocket for Walls. Good football.
Hansen, a little quick kick to himself. No one on the mark. Thinks he'll come right down the ground and does for 40 metres. Drives into the centre of the ground towards Smith, who marks.
After trailing by an incredible 45 points at the opening change, Fitzroy turned the contest on its head to lead by a point at the main break. Led by relative unknown John Fraser, the Lions finished with a 7-goal final term to win by 17 points. Fraser booting a career best 9 goals. Richmond's finals dreams in tatters.
Austin and Baum again. The big leaper from the back is Allen. Picked up by Austin again. A dribbler. Cross goals. Leading in the race for the ball, Fraser. Hooks it back over the shoulder. That's a magnificent goal. John Fraser, a beauty. His 1st and Fitzroy's 6th. It goes to Barker.
And so it all came down to round 22, with the top 4 positions all still up for grabs, while St Kilda eyed off Geelong's 5th spot. The Saints would have to upset Carlton and Moorabbin to have any chance. And that would mean finding some way to stop the brilliant Wayne Harms, who had it on a string.
Hooks it over his shoulder. Ashman's there for Carlton, and a good mark to Harms, who has marked everything. Side bottom and Jones. Jones straight down to Barker. No point in winning ruck duels if you had knocked it to the opposition. Oh, and Harms again.
And there is Hunt. Gets a shove in the back. Play on. Duperuzal kicks into Harms' seat. And Harms does it again. Speeds up the ground. Oh, and it's downed after the play. And it's Robert Elliott who did it. And Harms is out cold. The best player on the ground.
The handball to Barker. St Kilda's leading kick winner. That's his 19th kick, Trevor Barker. Forward pocket. Harms again.
Lofts turns round, straightens up towards Hunt and Harms. And Harms again. What a game this young fella's played today. Mackay's at the back. Harms again. Oh, another magnificent mark. That's how many marks, Jack? His 8th mark. Ditterich behind Galt. Ditterich the tap down. Goes in the direction of Ashman. Ashman bangs away at the wind, swinging it back. That is a great goal. Rodney Ashman.
In front of McConville.
Unfortunately for Carlton fans, Harms was one of the Blues' few winners. He finished with an incredible 16 marks from a back pocket, but it was largely a solo effort as St Kilda dominated the rest of the ground.
Kick to half forward, Barker. Oh, great recovery. He spins out of trouble and is tackled high by Dool. And Barker, a couple of times, has shown magnificent skills. Centre of the ground. Inside half forward, Hunt well in front. Or Southby right over the top to punch. Ashman caught by Dittrich. The handball goes to Pennell, who loses at the tackle. And a free kick to Robert Muir. Pennell didn't like the decision. Once again, Muir the handball, finds side bottom. Out wide towards Lofts, who's kicked 2 behinds. He puts it up in the air for Hunt, who marks. St Kilda 10-6, Carlton 4-8. Jones wins, but straight to Tweeddale, who kicks to half forward. Barker in front. A good strong mark in front of Austin. Toggio at half forward. Marks in front of Dunn. Plays on. Around Colling he goes. Drives it towards the goal square. And McConville takes a great mark. The kick by Muir to half forward. In front is Barker. Couldn't mark.
The Saints keeping their September hopes alive with an upset 40-point win. Carlton blowing the double chance as Collingwood sneaked past them into 3rd spot.
Who's tried his heart out today. Callery. Jelly. Have a look at Lofts on his own. Got the Duperuzal coming across. Lofts runs straight into an open goal.
Hansen decides on the short method this time.
St Kilda would now need Geelong to falter as they hosted Fitzroy at Kardinia Park. A win to the Cats would seal 5th spot and just their 2nd final series in 9 years.
Kelvin Matthews trundling along behind him. Short pass, Card and Conlon. Card well done. Very, very strong was that. Umpire John Sutcliffe. David Manson, the ruckman, down towards Bruce Nankervis. Clark for his 11th kick. It's a hand pass instead, picked up there nicely by Jeffries. Out to Preston. Preston in a flash to Bruce Nankervis. From centre wing, he drives it down looking for Newman. Great mark. Probably a little far out to score in for this talent. Great short pass. Oh, Brown, beautifully done. In was Peter Keys.
Is in the pack, can't mark. Hawkins. Card. Doyle. Neal. Donahue. Malarkey. Looks for Blake, but doesn't find him. It's picked up by Irwin. He'll have a go at goal. And he's got it to Wilson. Oh, but pardon me, Mr. Malarkey, if you don't mind.
Off goes the runner. Jumping Jack Hawkins thumps it down once again. Well played, Ian Nankervis. Brilliantly played. Preston to Sheehan to Hawkins. Geelong stand come to life as Clark takes it. Clark down looking for Bruce Nankervis. Here's a chance for Terry Wright. He's got the pace. Out to Mike Turner. Look out, Mike, you're in trouble. And he loses it badly.
11th kick. Anybody who wants one. Cousins there. Decides that he'll have it. Preston. Blake.
The Cats on top from the outset, extending their lead at every change to eventually run out 62-point winners. Larry Donahue dominant with 7 goals as Geelong officially qualified for the 1978 finals.
Bright. Brown to the other Brown. Wilson.
He doesn't mind the tough stuff, does this young fellow on the half-back flank. John Newman the target, 2 to 1. Look at the lead. Whoa!
Chipping in is Goss. No, but Hurd marks it.
The race for the minor premiership was on between North Melbourne and Hawthorn. With the Roos comfortable winners over South Melbourne, the Hawks needed a big win over Essendon to pip the Roos on percentage.
He can steady now, line out from 35 metres out.
To the play by Terry Carl to Hurd. The chance for Essendon to score through Hurd. That's none other than Peter Knights.
Hawthorn 57, Essendon 49 in a crackerjack second quarter for the Dons so far. Burt got a push in the back. There's no free kick given. Picked up by, who was it? Polkinghorn, was it? He fires for goal and he's put it through.
It's a long way out from goal. You've got Madden there and Danaher. And that's a real floater. Oh, Kelvin Moore in a classic mark. What a beauty. Tip out there by Madden.
Who's leaked, Jeff? Will get a free kick.
He's played a useful game, Madden, too. Down to full forward. That was nice.
Hawthorn led at every change, but just couldn't shake the Bombers loose to challenge North's superior percentage. A 9-point win, not enough for the Hawks to pinch the minor premiership.
A low left foot kick to Bennett, but aimed it straight at Russo. And Russo, DeWald wasn't ready for it. Carl grabs DeWald, but the handball finds Goss. Then over quickly to O'Halloran. Quickly towards DeWald, and Abbott rather, and a nice pass taken there by Moncrief.
Can he recover at ground level? Oh, big crunch. Laid on him by releases Richardson turns. He's right on 50 on the boundary.
Welcome back to the Fox Footy Vault, where this time around we're taking a look back at the race for the 1978 premiership. And after a thrilling round 22, the final home and away ladder looked like this. The minor premiership headed to Arden Street by just over 3% from the Hawks, with Collingwood grabbing the other double chance after Carlton fell to the Saints in the final round. Geelong rounded out the final 5, half a game clear of the Saints, with Richmond, South Melbourne and Fitzroy all suffering stop-start seasons. Essendon were the biggest disappointments. Third after round 9, the Dons fell apart, going on to lose their last 8 games and finish 10th. Melbourne collected their 8th wooden spoon, a disappointing result which led to their off-season signing of big bad Carl Ditwich as captain coach for 1979. So the first week of the 78 finals would see Hawthorn face Collingwood and Carlton meet Geelong. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Byrne can have a long one for goal. It's not a good one, and 8 again. Sensational mark.
Thompson at the back.
The 1978 finals kicked off in front of 80,000 fans at the MCG for the qualifying final between Hawthorn and Collingwood. The last 4 meetings between the sides had been decided by 10 points or less, and this one quickly developed into another high-pressure affair.
Comes White again. Here's King. King drives it up towards Carmen and more. Carmen in good position again. And marks again.
Bouncing in open territory. Chance for Ablett. Oh, he's had a couple of fumbles. Thompson comes in to claim him. Ablett gets it out well to Walter. Walter drives it long. Moncrief at the back again. Takes another good mark.
Feeds it straight on to Rayshaw. Rayshaw stabs looking for Carmen and finds him. Fabulous long way down the ground. Sells the dummy left, goes right. Then turns round and starts to run. He'll be picked up if he's not careful. Boots into the goal square. Knights touches it, and it's through for a behind. Straight up the grain chute. Moore again. Bursts his way clear. And look at the pace and agility of this big fella. 6 feet 6.5. Strong, fast. Barrels it down towards McCormick. At the back is Knights. And with lovely ball control. Slams it back into tackle marks.
Tony Shaw got a surprise to find it dropping short onto his chest. Downfield where Knights and Moore and Dunn go. Knights almost took a good mark. Rayshaw, open territory, chance for Byrne. Has lots of trouble picking it up out towards Carmen. Carmen will kick a goal this time.
It's missed.
Oh, word, it was a terrible kick. He got
stabs it across the centre of the ground towards Carlson. A bad bounce. There'll be a thump here by DeWald. Knocks it beautifully to Scott. And away goes Captain Don.
Ricky Barham can't catch him.
Ricky butts out quick. Ricky Barham is. He's being shepherded well. Scott runs the bomb, kicks into the goal square, and Worthington marks.
Just a spectacular leap by Russo. Kick number 6. And a great kick it is too. Moncrief in great position again.
It's his 7th mark. Speeds around, comes through the centre, kicks off the side of the boot. Worthington in front. Moncrief behind, waiting to drop it. Thought he might take the mark. This is Scott. This is still Scott. Oh, beat him comprehensively, Don, and just kicked it behind.
All but Scott beats him to it. It's over the head of Lee Matthews and taken by Shaw. A long kick and Carman. Good mark, Bill Carman.
Hawthorn gradually taking control of the contest, extending their lead at every change to ultimately run out convincing 56-point winners.
A long one down to the goal square. And it's a beauty. Moncrief at the back. And he marks it. Sensational mark by Mike Moncrief.
Perhaps it's best because Southby's such a long kick.
The Magpies would have to regroup and face the winner of the elimination final between Carlton and Geelong at Waverley. More than 57,500 fans were on hand for the cutthroat clash, with Carlton captain coach Alex Jesaulenko once again leading from the front.
Blake gets it now. Onto his left foot. Donahue again.
Out towards Brighton Pennell. Punched away by Pennell. Down to Ashman. Nicely done. We've got a beautiful call from Dennis Collins. Around the outer wing he goes, that Carlton speedster. Inboard. Jones resting up in the forward pocket. Jones!
On the back line, Hawkins quickly out towards Cousins. Cousins is showing a bit of dash and giving Geelong a bit of heart and drive. He's run a good 70 metres. A nice clearing kick down to Donahue. He's got it! Donahue has started brilliantly but can't kick goals today.
Carlton 41, Geelong 17, Pennell, half-back flank into wing. McClure, Woodman. Oh, McClure did it beautifully.
Everything's been programmed by the Carlton team. McClure down to McConville. McLarkey's got best position. Good play, Malarkey, but Catoggio got brilliant judgment of where the ball will be in the bounce. Look at that, like a ballet dancer. And caps it up with a kick towards Galt. Galt. Woodman shepherding McClure out of the way for Dowsett. McClure ducked that one, came in, takes the ball right in the teeth of goal, slams it through. Dan Curvis with beautiful judgment.
The Blues jumped out to a 29-point lead at the opening change, and this proved to be the decisive break. Try as they might, the Cats couldn't close the gap, and it was the Blues progressing through to the first semi-final with a comfortable 33-point win.
Tries to spurt it out. He does, but it goes straight to Holmes, and now Carlton out of trouble.
Geelong are crumbling under pressure. It's pretty obvious, and with Donahue not being able to score goals, they don't have a forward. Catoggio in blistering form. Gee, look at him go. He covers the ground so quickly and so cleverly and takes the ball with him. Oh, good tackle on behind play there. Catoggio, the advantage quickly on towards McConville. And now Catoggio in the frame again and capped off a great piece of play. Moments.
And so it was yet another September meeting for two of the game's greatest rivals. Collingwood and Carlton in the sudden death first semi before almost 92,000 fans at the MCG. And once again, it was Fabulous Phil strutting his stuff on the big stage.
Oh, sensational. Here he goes, Carman. Hands outstretched, it splashes from them. Lunges at it, one hand, taps it down to the ground. Oh. It was Pickett. And here comes Ray Shaw, off balance, and a great pick-up by the tall player in Mackay. And a good pass. Bit long for Jezza. It's just Keogh. Oh, an impossible angle, Keogh, and he's goal. 2 goals to Keogh. A great pick-up by Mackay, who's a 6'4" man. Forced onto his wrong foot, a pass to Jesaulenko. It's too long for him. Galt's there, but look at the pace of Keogh. Forced onto his left boot, right on the boundary line. A look, impossible angle. And it's straight through.
Gets a kick in, not a decisive one. Shaw, not quite. Out to Ireland. Half-back line, looking for Kink. Mackay from behind or the side. Nearly, oh, great mark.
Whatever happened to Thompson this week, whatever was said to him, whatever he did personally to psych himself up with this game, he's a far greater player than he was last week. To Richardson, impeded going for the ball. Whitcroft to Tony Shaw, across the shoulder.
possibly the fastest player in league football. Jezelenko now on the half-forward flank. Back to Collins. On to Keogh. Lines up from 35 metres out. It's a goal. Shane Bond. Out to Thompson. Whether that's a good move, I don't know. Back to Bond. The ball bouncing free to Shaw. In the back will take a free kick. So the umpires, if you're in front today, they will give you every opportunity. On to Max Richardson from Thompson. Out of trouble. Has a quick look. Lines up into the pocket. It goes. It's straightening up towards Carmen and Moore. Hand pass smothered. Nicely done. Mackay accepts the rebound to Towns. Thompson the fist. Nicely done, big fella. At the Pickett. Armstrong again. Morris is there. Throws himself on top of the ball. Scoops it out towards Barham. Here's trouble. Out towards King. He can kick as well left foot as he can right. Down towards Carmen. Moore is there. Off the hands of the pack. Manasseh. Jones and Thompson. Tomo to Ashman, which wasn't good play. Jones scoops it out towards Dool. Nicely done to Southby. Down to McClure. Too far for him. It beats them all. In fact, it's still beating them. Sheldon just on. Fires. It's a goal. Thompson and Galt in ruck. Tomo, oh, that wasn't good. Down to Ashman. Fires. Oh, it's touch and go. I think it's a goal. I think it is. It is. Picking the bounceably vital.
Another Collingwood-Carlton September classic. But this time it was the Magpies with the last laugh. The Pies led narrowly at every change, but had the answers when it counted, ending Carlton's season by 15 points.
Played on and goal. Waiting on the umpire. Yes, it is.
Dropping short. Tons of Collingwood defenders there, but Sheldon comes out of the pack and boots Carlton's 12th goal. Let's have a look at this again. 4 Collingwood players, McClure, Sheldon beautifully roving to it. That was perfection stuff by Sheldon. It's McCormack, although Moore was the one who called for it. And a long kick down towards Thompson. Carmen is there too. Carmen across the pack. Here's a chance for Shaw. Lines up. It's a goal.
2 to Hawthorn, and now an assistance. Lee Matthews in front, Ramsey behind, coming up.
Meanwhile, at Waverley, the 2 best performed sides of 1978 were slugging it out for a berth in the grand final. Just under 49,000 fans saw the Hawks boot the only 3 goals of the opening term to open up a handy lead.
Out wide it goes to De Wold. De Wold is on centre wing. Boots it down to centre half forward Martello. Takes the centre line and holds it.
Comes back to him. If he can paddle it out to Manane. Here's a Hawthorn goal. Moncrief unmarked in the forward pocket. It's in the direction of Moncrief, and he marks. McCarthy, Sockers off the ground. Scott in the centre circle. It goes through him to Melrose.
Oh, how is that?
Matthews.
How about that? There's a stance on now.
There's Carlton. Well, that was a head-high one.
There's no question about that. That was illegal. Knights with speed, tries to sock it, picks it up, brushes off the tackle, gets the hand pass across beautifully to Ablett. In turn to Manane. Manane to centre half forward in the Martello direction. And marks.
Hawthorn still in attack around their half forward line as Don Scott thumps it down towards Matthews. A good bump and out it goes brilliantly to Manane. He's a good kick, Manane. There it goes.
Ball up into the forward zone to Matthews. Should have marked it. Manane blazes away for goal, and he's got the through for a goal.
Big leap over the back by Polkinghorne, and Schimmelbusch has kept North alive across the centre. Wayne Schimmelbusch bounces away from Martello. A long kick for Malcolm Blight. Punched away by Kelvin Moore. The ball on the ground, a chance for Boys. He slips around McCarthy. An open run for goal for Boys. And he's hit the post. No, just snuck in. Tuck, centre wing to Wallace. Breaks away. Inside half forward. Matthews. Oh, what a great mark by Matthews.
The Hawks led at every change to record a 14-point win and soar into their 3rd grand final in 4 years. The Roos now faced a preliminary final showdown against the team they had beaten in the previous year's grand final.
Off hands to Martello. Up to half forward, Matthews in front of Ramsey. He's marked everything, Lee Matthews. Hendry offering a short lead. Oh, he's got a break on Keith Gregg. And Hendry marks comprehensively. Unmarked is Moncrief. Well, getting back there to cover him is Sutton. Sutton punches out of the air. Down to Eek. Should get it across to John Burns. He's caught straight to Russo, and here's a goal.
Boys, here's a player of the future.
More than 73,000 fans headed out to Waverley to see who would win the right to challenge Hawthorn for the 1978 title. The Roos went in as warm favourites, having beaten Collingwood in their last 3 clashes. And there were no beg your pardons early.
Greg towards centre half forward. At the back, John Byrne! What a mark, Byrne! Had 2 Collingwood players in front of him, Stewart and Picken, and John Byrne with a leap at both of them.
Second quarter, rather, North Melbourne lead by 15 points. It's in Collingwood's forward pocket. Dunn normally kicks these, and he hasn't let them down this time either.
Finally, Oborne picks up the crumb, gets the call to go through the pad. A long kick down towards Moore and Glendinning. A pushing and shoving match going on. Dunn is in front position, but running out of space. And a desperate attempt there by Glendinning to push that ball out of play on the full, deliberately. And Dunn takes the free kick from a very acute angle in the forward pocket, but only 25 metres out, and Collingwood have yet to score.
And a pretty harsh decision too by the field umpire, I might say.
Well, it's on, and that's it. Now, Dunn, if ever a player can kick goals from impossible angles, it's Twiggy Dunn, one of their most experienced forwards. And there it is, it's a beautiful kick. Threaded the eye of a needle from Twiggy Dunn.
13-minute mark, first quarter. Dunn, Stewart from the side, down towards Shaw. The man in front will get this. Glendinning, oh, great mark. Enormous stuff by Glendinning, and he's killing Moore, and it'll be 15 metres here against Phil Carman. Great play by Glendinning, one of the best fullbacks in the league.
Well read by Melrose. Good handball out wide towards Bridus. Inside half forward. Unmarked in the forward pocket is Schimmelbusch. He gets around. Snap a goal by Schimmelbusch from 30 metres. A great kick. Stewart to half forward. Dunn is there with Sutton. Carman and Gregg. Dunn at the back.
Fairly torrid first quarter. Keith Gregg picking up Phil Carman in the main move made by Barassi, although a lot of early moves. Free kick against Thompson for Sheparding. It's going to McCann. Phil Manasseh half forward play. 23 minutes in the second quarter, and the Magpies have got to get a rattle on if they want to be in this game by half-time. Up towards Carman, backing into the pack, over the top, Dunn! That's his third goal.
Collingwood getting a bit of a run on now. It's something that they've lacked throughout the match, particularly in this second term, because it was all North Melbourne for a good 20 minutes in this second term. Whether that's good or bad remains to be seen. Witherden now on to Morris. Morris 60 metres out from goal. He lets go with one of those prodigious punts of his, and it might be through. Huge goal waiting on the umpire. Now a push in the back
against Carman.
Oh, good Lord.
The Roos led by 15 points at the main break, and despite their best efforts, Collingwood just could not bridge the gap. North Melbourne keeping their back-to-back premiership dreams alive with a hard-fought 12-point win.
Handball to the man running through is Shaw, and he lets fly. And he's got it. Quickly towards Huppets, coming in towards to open up the angle, shoots for goal. It's a first score.
Hard to get away from Dipia Domenico, and he does again.
And so for the third time in 4 years, it was to be Hawthorn and North Melbourne meeting in the VFL Grand Final. The ledger was square at 1 win apiece, with North taking the 1975 title before Hawthorn turned the table in 1976. 101,700 fans packed the MCG to see David Parkin's Hawks face Ron Barassi's Roos, and they were in for some spectacular action.
Where Hendry marks, he can play on with nobody on the mark. Hendry drives for goal. What a great kick by John Hendry. 46, North Melbourne 42. Nolan down towards Huppets. Up short of the centre, Tuck should mark. Misses it. Overrun by Polkinghorn. Picked up at the back by Boys of North Melbourne's had a great quarter. Baker again. Oh, what a mark. Phil Baker is on fire in this quarter. 6th mark for the quarter.
There's Big Mick, who hasn't really performed too creditably. 18.5 stone of him as he comes for the centre bounce against 14.5 stone of Scotty. Even Stephen Wallace burrows for it and does it very, very well. Martello and Sutton. Martello, great mark. Behind is Kelton. Here's Sutton, one of North's better players. Sutton back there towards the centre-half forward zone. Payton's in great position and marks it.
Hawthorn dominating everywhere at the moment. Knights. Fantastic stuff by Knights. A long sparing kick. It's a goal. Oh, I don't know. It's just offline, I think.
Taps it to himself and off he goes. Gains a good 20 metres with it. Behind is Hendry. Well taken, McNolan.
Outside wing, nearly three-quarter time. It'll be a fairly long quarter. We've had about 8 goals scored this term. Played 30 minutes so far. Baker sets himself, but he's out of position. And Brighters comes in from the side to take a well-timed mark.
Huppets is there. Caught by Tuck. Loses the ball. Dipia Domenico once again out of defence. Melrose for North. Oh, he got a bad bounce just at the last minute. Tanner breaks clear. Gets it back to Melrose. Now to Smith. A left foot kick by Smith is close. It's a goal.
1978 was to be the year of the Hawk, as the boys from Glenferrie slammed on 7 goals to 3 in the third term to take a handy 22-point advantage to the last change. It was to prove a decisive break. Hawthorn going on to claim their 4th premiership in club history with an 18-point win. Michael Moncrief and Lee Matthews finishing with 4 goals apiece for the Premiers.
Members stand in. Scott and Nolan. Scott easily. Who to, though? Glendenning slips. Matthews dodges out of trouble. Great goal. Magnificent stuff by Lee Matthews.
Well, I've got to admit it, a wonderful performance there from the Hawks. Too good for the Kangaroos on the day, particularly without star Brent Crosswell, who was out with a broken arm, and the suspended Crackers Keenan. But what a fantastic rivalry.